It's always a good day when one of your players is like, oh, here I am, but I'm going to quit caffeine right before we start.
I mean...
I'm not usually all buzzed up on caffeine before an RPG, because it's in the evening anyway.
Okay.
But...
Oh, I got it. I was like, isn't that why you'd be buzzed up?
No, if I drink coffee after
Because
6, I can't sleep.
No, that's fair.
I chose to play a character for a while that had an energy drink addiction. So, of course, I brought many an energy drink to that game and then started filling them with water because I'm that guy. I was like, yeah, I'm still drinking this one, guys. Glug, glug, glug. Like,
Was it Tag?
it was a monster. Because he was a monster.
Got it.
In his own mind.
Got
He was a cool dude.
Yeah.
Also a fan of Lady Gaga.
He thought he was monster.
Yeah, well, Welcome to
cutie.
Full Party.
Yay.
Decaffeinated and ready to rock. I'm John Verrill, and I'm joined here by 4 players who so far have been giving me no end of entertainment. And at the same time, I'm kind of curious as whether this is the session where you all coalesce, or whether this is the session where everything blows up, and that's it.
I think people like that we hate each other. I think they find it entertaining.
Your scarf is on your head. Sorry. I just realized it
I was
now.
hoping you wouldn't notice.
I'm sorry. Scratch, I didn't say anything.
The scarf? What scarf?
Scarf.
There's-
Where's the scarf?
There's a reason for it. Something we might explore or might not. I'll leave it.
Of how last session ended.
I mean, I think there are many reasons for it, but
Excuse me. Your amazing awareness roll.
yeah.
Jess,
Didn't
truly.
botch that one.
What is your awareness, FYI?
So RJ's is 3.
Okay,
Jess's
well, that's-
is like 0. Maybe -3.
Ooh.
We cancel each other out.
It's always hard playing a character who's less aware than you are as well. Like playing the opposite.
Right.
Because then you're noticing things and you're like, I want to roll it. I didn't notice it. My character's a derp.
I'm very happy I have the opposite problem, I guess.
Someone should tell Pellio that head coverings do very little to block
I
cast
don't
marks.
think anyone should tell him.
I don't think
we
he
should see
knows,
what
man.
happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes a difference. You could tell him until you're blue in the face, he wouldn't listen to you. But I take the point, Real Brick Wall. That's a compellingly argued point.
But does Pellio know?
No, because he won't listen to the one character who's trying to tell him.
I think he feels insecure.
Oh, I also.
It's fair.
And nothing will ever make that go away. So if he feels insecure about the cast mark, he's going to do everything in his power to hide it
That's so sad.
from himself and from the world. So you can't throw logic at a problem like that.
No.
Does he leave it on when he gets free gay?
Wait. Why? Where
So
did
far,
that
we
come
haven't had any free K.
Yeah.
I guess we'll find.
Sapphire eyes, you're in for a treat, my dear.
What?
I'm leaving the scarf.
Well, I can say that it's good to be sitting here with you. It's good to be sitting here with you. Special shout out, of course, to Real Brick Wall, who's currently maintaining that excellent Google Doc, which if you consult that, you can actually find out what the hell everybody did.
Yeah.
It's a
Such
lot
a good
happening in there. It's
doc.
great.
Especially how there's also a TLDR at the beginning, just this happened. And then, all right, here's the real stuff.
And he pays attention to every time we roll and tries to figure out what our ratings must be in our attributes and abilities based on how many dice we rolled. It's
Or we say them sometimes,
really
right?
impressive.
Like-
Sometimes we say it out loud, but he's been collecting all of that info. So.
Cheers.
So, for today, I'm going to ask everybody to pay a little bit of extra attention. For the 4 of you, we've recently discussed this just before stream. We're going to modify the way that your solar experience is awarded. That's going to come down to the achievements that you'll earn throughout this particular session. And for you in the audience, don't forget that it's up to you in the final decision point of the evening in the after party to decide what the coolest moment of the game was. So if there's any point that you really feel nailed it, feel free to shout that out in chat right when it happens, or clip it even. Why not?
Yeah.
Help us out. It's not like we're not giving you all this.
do encourage clipping though. And actually tweeting said clips, please just reference if it's a spoiler to a big plot event.
That's
so
fair.
that those who haven't watched will click.
Yeah, so figured that out for us. You guys keep an eye on yourselves. And honestly, at this point, should we just get right down to it?
Yes.
I'm gonna do that standard thing where I'll be like, if there's any questions in the audience, now's the time, and then like just keep going and ignore the 20-second delay that some
okay.
people might be able to suffer. But
Do we need to talk experience spending at all, or does it?
if you
like,
spent
it'll just-
experience, why don't you shout that out right now? Now's a pretty good time to do that.
I
And then
thought-
Scott, it'll be up to you to recap the last
you're right.
session.
So I guess I'll go last then.
I now have perception 4. Oh, I like the applause.
We're doing a plot.
Yay!
That's just me. I have 3 things. I have spirit strengthens the skin of cool ass resistance charm, and
Bless.
I upped 1 level in integrity because that makes sense for Jade, and added 1 dot in medicine because watching someone pull arrows out of someone's back really gave
You
me
learn
some knowledge.
stuff real quick.
It's gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt.
That's bad.
Got it.
How about you, Amir?
Yeah, I bought a charm. Should I say what?
Yeah, go for it.
So the charm is called Flawlessly Impenetrable Disguise. It is. I'll leave it at that. Actually, I'll leave it at that.
Yay.
The scarf is somehow connected to that.
Possibly.
Oh my god.
Scott?
I bought a 2nd dot of medicine for the same reason.
Oh, I also witnessed arrows going into somebody and coming out of
Now
somebody.
what if I just? Oh, he doesn't like that. But that's that.
That's fair.
Thank you.
That's fair. I'll remind the 4 of you that at the end of this session, you guys will have a chance to look at your character sheets. For all of the games that I run, for the first 3 sessions, players can change their sheets around as they see fit, just in case there's something that they didn't understand or something they realize fits their character better, which means before the next session, we'll be releasing everybody's character sheet online so that you can see just how cool these 4 are.
Nice.
But not the NPCs, those are mine.
You can't have them.
Scott, why don't you let us know what happened last session?
Sure. From the Journal of 5 Paths.
Yeah, we're doing that now? It's the
Sure.
Journal
I'll
of 5
just say it
Because
every time.
that's what it is now. That's
it
what it
has
is
to
now.
be.
Okay, it's from the Journal of 5 Paths. Sitting around a campfire, the 4 Solars discuss what they can do next. Nyx is concerned about Stilllight's intentions. Pellio questions River Jade about Nyx's intentions. And 5 Paths sets their intentions towards an outcast community of monks. Their plan. River Jade and 5 Paths are lovers. Georg and Molly are geologists. They are greeted by Pi the Drunk, who takes them to Sapphire Eyes, the leader of the camp. She sees right through their ruse, but reveals to them that she chose to forsake the Immaculate Order as a matter of the heart. She determines that at least 3 of them are Solars, at least, but not anathema, and she's determined to help those wronged by the Order. Suddenly, they run to hide as a horse arrives. Lieutenant Howe, from Numa, coming to take back the horses that were stolen, but he leaves a little rubber ball. Inside, a message. Jaya is still alive. River Jade hears arrows through the trees, and then they find Howe in the forest, barely alive. As they disguise the site of the attack, he tells Nyx that Stilllight was the one who stopped the others from pursuing them, and that he's no killer, wild hunt or no. As they go to remove the arrows, the arguments about what to do continue.
I like
Find a
how
nice endpoint for
like
my
how 5
eyes.
Paths journal is like, let's make sure this has the appropriate amount of gravitas and drama, instead of just like,
It's just him in bed at
Dear
night.
Diary. I woke up sad today.
Pellio was mean to me.
I mean, I kind of wish that's next week.
Alright.
Next week's take starts with a Dear Diary.
Hot take, Dear Diary. Today I meditated for 12 hours. It was awesome.
Yes.
this other stuff
Exalted, the
happened.
game of high octane adventure and meditation.
I chose the wrong character, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Good to know.
You know, I bet I would be remiss in saying that most people at one time have felt like outcasts. It's the standard trope, obviously, of people who sit down at role-playing tables as well. The idea that, you know, instead of going out and playing sports, you sit down and you play role-playing games. It is the stereotype which has existed for a long time. This idea that society doesn't want you. And so instead you turn to a realm of fantasy. Because fantasy, you can be a hero. Exalted's a little different in that, yes, you can be a hero, but that isn't necessarily the assumption. It also is a bit different in that it starts you out incredibly powerful and incredibly alone. You are outcasts, by definition. That doesn't mean that you will remain so forever. Possibly you'll win over the hearts and minds of those who would oppress you. Or maybe you'll just find your way to a new location, one where they don't know your deep, terrible secret. But the point is that the power is in your hands. A power that is here for all of you to pick up, to wield and master. You're already spending experience, so that helps. But at the moment, you have one recently de-arrowed Lieutenant Howe and the four of you leaving. To where? Well, that's up to you. He's still unconscious from the poison, I should point out, although, Nix, you're familiar enough with poisons to realize that this probably isn't going to last that long before he wakes up, especially for somebody who's dragon-blooded. The Exalted are less susceptible to these sorts of things and often have resistances to poison, which makes them a little harder to assassinate. Not impossible, but harder. However, him being asleep means that he's relatively easy to cart away on a horse, so...
So there's that.
So there is that. But at the moment the four of you are riding...
Have we, just to check, have we officially left, though?
I was under the impression that you were leaving. Did
Okay.
anyone else have anything that they really needed to do while they were still there?
I'm looking
I'm
at this side of the
admittedly
table,
accelerating
frankly.
you a little bit, but...
No, I'm okay. Just wanted to... Sure, we're all on the... Oh!
Oof.
Why is everyone looking at me?
I mean,
I seem to recall the last words in the session last time. Anyway, okay.
No, I just, as we're leaving, I just blow her a kiss. Just a little.
Does she catch it?
Oh, she's giving him that look.
That's all.
Oh, okay.
I'm far away when I do it. I'm a good 20 yards away.
You know, Pellio, sometimes it's the most stoic of looks that betray the deepest of hearts. Or maybe you just botched last session. It could be either one.
Who has Lieutenant Howe on their horse?
I mean, me, I guess. Although I'm not a very skilled rider, so I would probably want
Probably
someone
me. It's probably her.
on there. On.
I wouldn't
How many horses
entrust
do we
you
actually
with
have?
it.
I was under the impression we all didn't have a horse, right?
We definitely were given one.
We had two.
We have, yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Yes.
We had
okay.
the one I
Yeah.
saved and your horse.
Yeah, with mine.
I'm with River Jade and the unconscious Howe.
Yeah, he's like draped in between us somehow.
He's sitting up, leaning
It's very
against me, and I'm like,
Oh, all right, I have Pellio. So that means we're riding on the horse when you turn around and blow the kiss.
Yeah, but I
Very
propose that we, tie his feet up and just drag him behind us.
I mean, it's mountainous terrain.
All right.
You'll shred his skin off, but
No,
It's
no,
about as much as he
But I'm not
deserves.
going to judge. Well, I will judge because that's who I am. But
I
Pellio,
understand.
he's staying on the horse.
I understand you're angry, Pellio, but we shouldn't be harming him, especially not if we want him to help, or at least tell us something, right?
Right.
Well,
Learn
why not-
everything he knows, and then we decide what to do with him.
Well, rather than carrying dead weight around, why don't we wake him up now, find out the information, and get rid of the body afterwards?
I don't think he's really in a state to be just startled awake.
We have to get far enough from the Enclave. In
Fine.
case whoever tried to kill him comes back, we are absurdly easy to track right now. I'm not happy about it.
Why absurdly?
We're not riding at a quick enough pace. We can't. Our horses are overburdened.
So he wakes up between us, and we're like,
I mean, did you literally just had him sandwiched
I think
between the
so.
two of you,
Yeah.
so that he was literally just had his head like slumped forward onto River Jade's
Yeah.
so
shoulder.
he definitely
Yeah.
cracks
So
me
yeah,
in the
he
face.
basically, and then I mean, what's your wits?
3, 4,
Yeah, you
3?
probably are good enough to jerk
Whoa.
back in time, but there's that like.
Why are you awake now? Hey, buddy.
Are you all right, Lieutenant?
No. Where? And then he realizes that he's on a horse, and that he's on a horse between the two of you, and then he looks around and sees that there's. I mean, I assume you're riding relatively close by.
Yes.
They're pulling ahead. They don't care.
Stabbing
Close enough that
distance.
we can high five? Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah. Stabbing. Got it.
Thank you.
We're moving some distance away, just so that if anyone comes after you, they won't go after that place.
Oh, that's helpful.
You should know that they might think you're dead already.
That's also incredibly helpful. Whose fault is that? Well, I'm in your debt. I appreciate it. Ow.
Do you want water?
I'd rather just get away from here. We can worry about that later. As long as I'm still welcome to overburden your horse.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Depends on how useful your information is.
If what you say is true, Master Howe, you took great risk in coming to us.
I'm not your master.
Force of habit,
Well-
Lieutenant.
You're really going to need to learn to break that habit really soon.
I agree.
I find it charming.
You would.
Thank you.
Sorry, what was that?
You seem like you're relatively comfortable in a master-slave situation.
The rumors have it. Mr. Howe?
There's a record scratch somewhere deep in the forest.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm wondering how I got here. That was so much better than mine.
I've never done that before. It'll never happen again.
Rock on, dude.
Okay. It's time that we start laying our tokens down on the table.
No, hold up. We're not doing this while we're riding a horse.
Fair enough. Then I assume that you know a place to go.
If we continue traveling east, we will eventually reach the Traveler's Road, which runs both north and south. North to Whitewall, south to the Inland Sea.
We're not going to Whitewall. Or at least, I'm not.
Right.
We're not.
It's a direction to go. Perhaps we'll find somewhere we can stop.
Traveler's
for a moment.
Road is a good idea. We'll be safe on there.
Exactly. We can just be travelers, geologists, and something.
Yes, I am quite good at acting.
Did you just say that directly to Pellio?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
Is that a lie?
It's sarcasm for sure, and a bit of snark.
Snarky.
So
What do we think? What do we
I'm
think?
going to give you this opportunity just to reverse that. You actually can't lie to him, even if it's sarcastic.
What if she thinks she's good at acting?
I don't
Even
think she
if-
thinks that.
Even if it's like a joke.
Even if it's a joke.
Okay.
He made sure that you only ever spoke to him
farts.
in truth.
Okay, I'll
now,
redact
he can
it.
pull that back at any point, and there will be a point where he will need to.
Okay.
What if
You
you
can
said
always
it loudly?
direct the joke to somebody else.
Yeah.
Within earshot.
Yeah, that you can do.
Okay. I am good at acting. It's now directly to Nick.
To which Nick says,
I'm avoiding eye contact with Pellio.
Please ride faster, horse. Please.
What did,
She just shakes her head.
what did the blacksmith's daughter just say? I didn't hear that.
Nothing. I mean, I didn't respond to you. What?
Can we just go back to Nexus? I don't feel comfortable here.
Oh, Nexus?
Yes.
Isn't Nexus where you were picked up before you were thrown into the jail?
I'm going to liable to be picked up anywhere, but it's where I have the most friends.
Friends?
Yes.
You have friends in
Many,
Nexus?
in fact.
Really?
A charming, affable personality can do that for a person. Friends, Nix.
Why
It's
don't you
this
tell me
notion
about
that
these friends of yours?
friends from the theatre. I have not seen them for many years, but I'm sure they would be able to help.
Yes.
I would like to read intentions on him.
Okay.
To see if he has any
On Pellio, you mean?
on Pellio. See if he has any intimacies towards individuals in Nexus.
Yeah, sure. Go nuts.
Trying to see if he does have friends or if he's lying.
He's got mad guile, though.
I know. I do have a specialty in read intentions.
It's true.
I can't believe I can't be snarky to you.
You can be snarky, you just can't lie.
So I have to be truthful in my snarkiness.
Yes.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
that's what I like to hear. I guess while you're rolling, Liz,
That's
I'll
what I'm
just
gonna do.
kind of continue.
I'm
saying-
using.
Or, lie, break the, break the sanctified oath and just really have a very, very, very bad day.
I'm using motive discerning technique.
Yeah, go
as well
nuts.
on him. What's your guile again?
5.
Oh, balls.
That's what I like to hear.
Oh, no. It's not enough. It's too bad.
It's not enough.
So she just kind of turns and.
I feel like you're trying to say something, but this delay
Not.
is... I hear the crickets, I definitely hear the...
You, River Jade and Five Paths, you definitely hear Howe mumble like you're doomed.
Do you think your connections in Nexus might keep you safe?
They'll keep me safer than anything out here.
Is there not something to be said for anonymity? A new
A new
place.
start.
Right. A new you.
Well, certainly, but if I could have friends corroborating this new version of my life, this new story that I want to tell.
And are you telling them everything? How do you think they're going to react when you tell them what you are?
Are you sure?
I don't intend to tell them everything, no. That would be foolish.
Are you sure they don't already know?
The rumors have spread.
Possibly.
Not to mention the beam of light that erupts from you the first time you change.
A clever disguise,
Annette.
a few friends in the right places. I feel fairly confident that I can find more safety in a city that I know like the back of my hand than out here in the north, surrounded by monks.
He has a point.
About connections.
Being surrounded by monks.
We'll get to the inland sea. Maybe we can hire a boat. Ship to take us to Lookshy, maybe.
Do you know how to?
No, I would hire someone to steer the ship for it, to captain. Unless you're a
Lookshy.
secret captain, as
Definitely
well
not.
as a blacksmith. Okay.
Is that not still one of the realm's foremost, or not the realm, sorry. Is that not one of the scavenger land's most foremost defensive bastions.
I am of the mind that we are not safe anywhere.
May as well go somewhere that's meant to be safe.
It depends on your way you're looking at it, I guess. Ow.
Sorry, am I?
No, my
hitting you?
shoulders just... They sting. Try getting shot a couple of times with poison arrows. It's not fun.
I know.
I just reach my hand back and tap his unhurt shoulder and say, there.
For some reason, this makes him sit up straighter.
I think that's as good a plan as any, but
And
I'm
we're
open to
nice
hearing
and
others.
Close to Nexus, so you can run along home to your friends.
And-
They'll have a welcome back party.
At
for
what
you.
point do we jettison the dead weight?
There's a stream up ahead. Why don't we stop there and we can talk about jettisoning dead weight?
You're not dead weight. He's not dead weight. He's been clearly trying to help us, Pellio. And gotten injured in the process. Doesn't that count for something?
Pellio just closes his eyes and he takes in a deep breath and he just mutters, amateurs, to himself.
Well, at least we have one professional in our midst.
There's just like a death glare.
Yeah, which, that can kill people.
Nothing,
At the
nothing
stream, I wanna.
liar about this.
All right, so
This glare, it's very honest.
so Nyx is pulling up the stream. The stream, to call it a stream is being quite generous. It's really more of a creek, but it's enough that you can water your horses, and there's enough that you'll be able to stop. All of you have survival, which incidentally still
crazy.
It was just like you're relatively sure that you're not being tracked at the moment, and you can't hear anybody coming after you. So clearly, whatever Sapphire Eyes is doing to try to prevent people from coming after you is working. I'm going to assume that you've been riding for about half a day. So if you have any motes that you need to recover, go for it. It's relatively easy to find food here and to replenish your water skins. So you're not going to need to break into the provisions that you were provided. However, once Lieutenant Howe gets off his horse and starts to walk around a little shakily, it's clear that he is feeling a lot better than he was when you first started on this journey. But then he sits at the edge of the stream and he waits patiently. His hands are resting on his knees, just palms up, as if to indicate, I'm not going anywhere, and B, I'm not armed.
Yeah, once we've kind of, I guess, tied up our horses and so on, I want to take a moment for myself to go and take some of the water, run it over my face and arms, and just make a private dedication to the Immaculate Dragons. But to myself,
It's fair enough.
I'm not gonna burden these guys with that, with that shit. Doing a little ritual off in the corner.
I want to go over and sit next to
To Howe?
Howe, yeah.
I'm gonna join her.
Yeah,
Okay.
I come too.
I will eventually be there.
But I put my hammer elsewhere again.
Just because I'm positive that people are going to be asking, could I just ask for a very quick, 1 or 2 sentence description of what you look like at this point in time?
At this point in time?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. I mean, I'm still wearing sky blue, a very simple sky blue kind of robe, with my hair shaved on the sides, but up in a high ponytail.
Wolf's
A wolf's
tail.
tail, thank you, yeah.
The silk shirt that Sapphire Eyes gave me. The scarf I have placed around my forehead, and I'm wearing it as a kind of a headband.
It's pretty sweet.
Nice pair of leather boots that I just took from the house. I just found them when I was in the cellar and I just put them on.
Right on.
Yeah.
They're very supple.
Yeah, they're supple. They're it's some kind of calf skin thing. It's really quite nice.
Well done.
And yeah, that's about it. And I've got obviously I've got Slash Dance and Sunbreaker, and the drawing of Glint's daughter and the ball. And
Well, it's just a little girl. We don't know that it's his daughter.
of a little girl, right?
And
And the fire dust,
Fire dust,
which I'm looking forward to asking Five Paths about at an opportune moment.
yeah, I definitely would know a lot about. Actually, I might, I guess.
Yeah.
Captain Lore.
Captain Lore.
Yeah.
Next.
Nyx is wearing tight brown pants and boots, and she's got a dark shirt that has a lot of belts around her waist and over her torso. And then over all of that, she's wearing a long sleeveless tunic that's like a cardigan type thing.
Sure.
And that, because somebody drew it and it looked fucking cool, it has like a high, almost turtleneck type collar, like a cowl.
It does look really cool.
And,
yeah.
awesome. And she has really, really short hair. And she wears gloves.
Right.
Yeah. So River Jade is wearing the outfit she was given by Sapphire Eyes, which are just a simple pair of slacks and a shirt with a buff jacket.
Great.
Nice.
Thank you, by the way.
I don't need your thanks. Let's get one thing out of the way right off the bat. The only reason why you are still alive is because of that one right there.
So you would show me no kindness if it weren't for her?
I think it has to do with necessity over kindness. Your reliability. You're hunted. Maybe killing you would have been the kindness
But
compared to what they could do to you.
he might not be hunted anymore.
We'll see.
I'm hunted. And he looks down at the blue tunic, very similar to the one that Five Paths is wearing, except, of course, that he used his own blood to put that red slash in front of it, which seems to be an indication that you've forsaken the Immaculate Order. As he bows his head, he starts to murmur just a very, very soft, not quite an incantation, maybe a prayer, but it's in a language that I don't think any of you speak.
Try me? Well, sorry. I don't know how you would know that.
It's in flame tongue.
Okay, no. Sorry. No, sorry. Thank you.
Although he doesn't, you can recognize that it sounds like flame tongue, but he also definitely doesn't look like he's from the south.
South, right.
His countenance is definitely one more of being from the north.
Interesting.
No, I'll be hunted at this point.
So you understand just how grateful you should be to that one over there.
It seems to me that you should be perhaps a little kinder to your fellow anathema.
With my statement, I want to try to instill an intimacy.
Ooh, we're instilling today.
I want to try to instill.
What are we instilling?
I want to instill a minor intimacy of gratitude towards River Jade.
All right. You can feel free to roll.
I forget how to do it. Is it perception socialized?
I forget to do it.
No?
That's not
It'd be either
perception.
charisma.
Right.
In this particular case, you actually are rolling charisma socialize.
Oh, charisma.
Oh, I'm so good at that.
Sorry, can I just ask a quick question here? Can I apply a charm to her social action?
Typically, no.
Okay.
If it's a charm that specifically says that it bolsters somebody else's action, then
Well, no, it's a charm to determine whether or not resolve or guile is being used against that social action on his part.
that you could use.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do that for her action. It's Quicksilver Falcon's Eye.
So it would be resolve.
Okay.
Like whether or not he is applying it.
Whether or
I
not
guess.
he's applying resolve to her social.
Yeah, he is applying resolve. He's got a resolve of 3.
Yeah, my roll got 0 successes.
Ooh.
I'm cursed. I have the chest curse this week. No!
No!
Does that mean that I will roll excellently?
We'll see. You should make a roll and find out.
Later.
I hit him. No, wait.
Later.
I'm going to come over as well now and take a seat.
I would like to instill an intimacy of contrition and shame
For what?
for his treatment of us when we were imprisoned.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You wanna say something to him first, or
I just want to look at him.
You must be an absolute coward to call yourself an anathema and yet to have treated us the way that you did. You disgust me. I'm looking forward to ridding your filthy presence from the world.
I understand. Now you can roll. Go for it.
Now I want to use Quicksilver Falcon's Eye on this one.
Yes, he's applying his resolve.
Literally back and forth forever.
Get two extra dice. That was particularly venomous. I feel that deserves
Charisma
a stun.
socialize, right? Am I?
That will be that's actually a manipulation socialized because you're not really kind of appealing to his.
Yeah.
So that's going to be manipulation socialized, but I'll give you 2 extra dice for that stunt.
Cheers.
Ruthless.
That
His
was
resolve is
really
still
close.
3.
Oh, nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, so you've successfully instilled a minor intimacy of contrition towards the way that he acted
Nice.
while the two of you were imprisoned. That's your right. I understand. It's been a long time since anyone's actually understood. But who am I to stand against the Princess of Dawn?
A long time. Someone did understand once.
Yes. I know what you've heard about me. I know that you've heard that I'm particularly ruthless. It's fair. But you also know that I didn't kill you or you. And now I'm here with you. That must say something, doesn't it?
What about all the other Solars who have been in that jail before them? What
I
happened to
never
those
took
ones?
them to that jail.
And none were under your observation?
The Solars I reached found a different fate.
Why don't you tell us about that fate?
What other fate can there be for
I want him to say
that
it.
kind?
I want the one who's asking for our trust to say what he's done to us in the past.
For those that I could, I gave them the same fate you gave me. For those that I couldn't, I made sure it was quick, painless, and gave them the chance to find another life.
And where did they find this other life?
Their next life.
But you let people go before?
The wild hunt wasn't always quite so fractured. It was often much more brutal, much more effective. It's only in the past few years that it's been so difficult. And so if I found them first and I was able, I helped. And if I was not, I at least could make sure that they didn't end up in that prison like you two did.
And to what end? That's the crux of all this.
It's who I am. It's who I've always... No, that's not true. It's definitely who I am now, though.
What I don't understand is why you're still alive. Were you discovered by the Wild Hunt to be sympathetic to the Solar Exalted? Then they would have killed you. Why were you simply transferred to a jail?
Because I knew that there were Solars on their way. More
You
than
were transferred there in disgrace.
He's still holding his hands up like this, so there's still, but like you can tell that there's some like he's not content. He's not happy with what's happening.
I wouldn't be either.
I had to volunteer because they were getting too close to the truth that I'm not dragon-blooded.
Wait,
Qua?
that's a local tongue. I speak. What?
What?
I'm chosen, just like you, but not of the unconquered sun. I am the chosen of mercy.
Hello.
Are you like, the lights are so
it's
bright?
so bright. He's blinding me with. Can I, John? Have I ever heard of mercy as a deity or as Can I roll on this this fact?
You can, sure, you can roll. It's not going to be easy. It's difficulty 4. It's
Okay.
going to be an intelligence lore roll, please.
That is a great pool. So I'm gonna try it.
Yeah,
That's
go
all
for
right.
it.
I may not have.
Do you have any
heard of
specialties?
the first age.
No.
I do actually have.
Wait, you know stuff about the first age? Why are we going around asking other people about the first
I
age?
want to know more. Damn it!
Damn it, 5 bets.
I got 4 successes.
4
I
successes?
did.
You've definitely heard tell of there being exalted who are not solar or lunar,
Right.
the anathema, or even dragon-blooded, that there are some minor gods who've been able to give of their own essence to have their own champion, their own exalt, their own exigence. And there are some that are tiny gods of certain locales. Sometimes they represent a concept. It's not unheard of that there could be a god of mercy that maybe was or is strong enough to support 1 or 2 exalted. So it's not completely out of the question. I mean, at this point in time, though, you don't know Mercy personally, so
No.
you can't be like, yo, Mercy, what up?
Also,
And she's all like, Valkyrie is online. And like, that's weird. So
yeah, and you're like, that's a strange response to that question. I mean, and more to the point, we don't know if he's just lying.
Yeah,
through
I'd like
his
to
teeth,
roll
right?
to
Like,
see
we have
if I
no
can determine if
effing
he's
idea.
lying.
I mean, that's fair.
River Jade is just sitting here like, what?
Larceny or socialized?
This would be socialized. Larceny doesn't have to do with lying. It's more disguise.
But this doesn't count as a sense motive, does it?
Sorry?
Does this count as a sense motive?
No. Because you're not asking what his motive is.
Right. That's 3.
I can't tell you.
Hey,
His guile is too high.
Oh, okay.
Battle cruiser operational.
Battle cruiser operational.
I miss it.
I joined the Wild Hunt to do what I could, because I know what happens to people who fall under it. But lately, it's been getting harder and harder and harder for them to get the job done. Which is why they're capturing you, to try to study you, test you, to find out if there's any other way that they can stop you. And that's enough for me. I can't keep doing that.
They aren't aware that the reason it is becoming harder is because of the political infighting, the dynasts turning on other dynasts.
It isn't just that. There's more of you now.
Are there?
Really?
It used to be maybe 1 a year. But look, there are 4 of you. For all I know, there are more.
Plus Jaya.
Yeah.
Ah.
Anything could have happened to her. We don't know. But
She's alive.
Shall we keep going? Or am I still dead weight?
No, we're not finished with you just yet. What would it take for you to regain your favor with the Wild Hunt?
They tried to kill me
Yes.
approximately half a day ago?
Yeah.
So somehow they figured out that you are no longer on their side. How could they have figured that out? You've been so good at keeping your secret all this time.
Because I had to protect somebody else.
Oh,
He knows.
Jaya.
We managed to arrange it so that you wouldn't be followed. In fact, we managed to arrange it so that you could get out of your cells. But somebody had to take the fall for that. And he's too useful. And I'm not.
If Jaya is still in Numa, that's going to be quite a secret to keep.
I doubt he's going to be able to keep it for long. I imagine that she's been locked up in the cell that you formerly were an occupant.
I hope there are no more brains on the floor.
I didn't know anything about brains.
Yeah. We all just look at Pellio.
I wasn't there, actually.
so
I
it's
don't know
still
what you're
like
talking
he isn't dragon-blooded either, is he?
I don't know. I have no reason to believe that he isn't.
You've been working with him this whole time and you don't know?
I haven't been working for him this whole time. I haven't spent much time in Numa. I don't like it there. Can you blame me?
No.
What's wrong with Numa?
Oh.
It's the only home I've ever known. The air is clear. It's what?
Well, I mean,
With a temple built on top of the broken dreams of anathema being shipped off to the Blessed Isle. Let's just be fair here.
it looks nice,
Thank you.
but nothing else about it is really that nice. At least to us. And now you.
I think you'll find much beauty in the simplicity of it.
You're an actor, right?
Why are you asking?
Because I have reason to believe that you might actually be the key to our getting out of here.
Him?
There's no R. There's we, and there's you. But there's no R.
That's all right. I'm used to not being shown what I would show others.
Pellio, you just heard everything.
He's no reason to believe me, does he?
Take it from him.
Not only does he have no reason to believe me, but in fact, I was the one who put him in a cell. So,
Where are you planning to go after we get rid of you?
assuming that you don't kill me,
We're not going to kill you.
Assuming we don't.
We're not going to kill you.
Assuming we don't.
We're not.
but there's we, and there's him. Although I honestly would like to see him try. It's all right.
How's the shoulder feeling?
It's true, isn't it? However, those who show me mercy understand that I can derive power from it. So, I'm feeling much better, thank you. Look, whatever still light is, or whatever he's doing, it's buying you a little bit of time, but only a little. Eventually, they're going to realize that not only did they lose 2, they actually lost 3, maybe even 4 or 5. So they'll be coming after you in force, but if you don't leave a trail, they won't be able to find you. And they certainly won't be able to leave Numa for too long before they'll have to return. So, your idea of making your way down to the east, look shy if you must, that's an option. You can keep running for now. And if I don't get killed, then I'll do what I can to make sure that you can get there. From here.
Why an actor?
Because his plan was decent. The only mistake that he made was that he trusted the rest of you with it.
I don't like the implication of that.
Keeping your lies simple means that you can actually make them work. When you start trying to overcomplicate it by everybody pitching in, that's when things start to fall apart. Trust me, I've been lying my entire adult life. I know.
And how do you think you can help us? I have a few ideas, but I'm curious to hear what you think you can offer.
I can distract them, point them in a different direction, create trails that they don't recognize. Or I could try to take them out one by one.
And you would really do that for us?
Yes. Look, I don't honestly believe that I have much of a chance anymore. My time is going to come to an end soon. Why not give it to you? Maybe you'll be able to do something with it. Well, maybe you'll be able to do something with it.
Wait, you're... Oh, our time together now.
And then there's your
There.
friend,
Ding, ding.
whoever she is. She may not survive. It's possible that I'll have to go back and...
You'll be killed on sight.
It has been made abundantly clear to me that my friends do not wish to return.
At least that's safe.
Some of my friends.
But I will tell you,
Thank you.
your lives aren't safe anymore. And
Are you laughing?
I mean, whatever you call that, yeah, I think so.
Are you laughing? I can't tell. Is that laughter?
and let me tell you that safety isn't something that you're going to find. It's going to be something you'll have to create.
How do one create safety? Walls, gates.
By being smart, by being quick, by being strong, and by understanding that we will never be safe. Thinking you can find it or create it is foolish. We'll never be safe again.
That can't be true.
It is.
There was a time when our kind were more than safe. We ruled the world in the first age.
And now we don't. So, guess we weren't as safe as we
Sean,
thought.
I have a quick question for you.
Yo!
How close is Nexus to Giara?
Next to Giara.
Yeah.
I'll find that information. You
Cool.
keep going.
Thanks.
It's not that far.
Turning to the three of you, away from Howe.
We all just got to shuffle over.
Yeah. Can I have a word? Forgive us.
We'll be back.
I propose that I don't believe that if we use him as a decoy to distract the Wild Hunt, that they'll believe anything he has to say. I don't think he can be useful to us in that regard at all, and I frankly don't trust him.
I agree.
I think the only sane, rational, safe thing for us to do is to silence him.
No.
It would take about 2 weeks by ship to make it from Giara to Nexus, by the way.
Thank you.
What do you mean?
It's fairly far. Cool.
I think that the Wild Hunt is probably quite able to determine whether or not the information that he gives them
But I
is
don't-
truthful.
I
So
don't
we can't
think
use him
he's-
as a decoy.
Pardon me for interrupting, but I'm not sure that he's going to talk to them personally. The idea was for him to set tracks to make it look like we're going a different way. That doesn't mean he's going to verbally speak to them. They think he's dead, most likely.
You need to entertain the possibility that we can't trust him to do what he says he's going to do.
I refuse to kill this man. I refuse. I refuse to have anyone else kill him.
He's gone back to sitting with his
wow.
palms on his knees, face up, his eyes closed. He's breathing quietly, almost looks like he's meditating. It'd be pretty easy to just walk over there and bonk him on the head.
Would be, eh? How easy are we talking here? No, I'm kidding.
River Jade. You haven't been away from home before, right?
So, your point?
You're not used to how we're gonna have to live if we're going to live.
This is a man who
as
helped us.
He delivered a message.
How helpful was he in that cell?
You heard him. He tried to orchestrate our release.
That's what he says.
I believe him.
I think that's a problem. I think that's a very, very big problem.
Well, I think your distrust of people is a problem as well. I think that's a very big problem. Because not, contrary to your beliefs of the world, Pellio, not everyone is a threat. Yes, most people will be a threat to us.
Thank you.
I'm not going to be that stupid and say they won't be. But I don't believe this man here is one of them. He's had plenty of chances to not help us.
I tend to agree. I think it would be more suspicious for 4 people to walk around not trusting anyone in creation. Wouldn't it? Wouldn't that make one suspicious? But you welcome your enemy, your friend, your question mark, into open arms. Isn't that how most people are? Free and open.
No.
Oh,
Everyone is just a collection of information.
That's sad.
You're all just a collection of noise. And then you
was that-
hear this like,
yeah, I was like, how? What the fuck happened here?
Do you just transform?
Oi! And you hear from further up on the creek, you hear that the creek itself starts to roil a little bit. It starts to flow a bit faster.
Not a bad point.
No one will kill
What
this man, says the person who
weirdness.
almost skull smashed.
She didn't. She was stretching.
We're still going with that, eh?
Yeah, forever.
Right, Your Honor. That's what I was doing.
Unless Pellio asks, so then she has to tell the truth.
And then
But-
rising
Yeah.
up from the
Look-
creek
oh.
itself, there's
What's going on?
this form, a blue. It looks like a very sort of muscled gentleman, but he only comes up from the torso, just up out of the creek. Just no.
That's what I'm picturing.
Blue and muscle, then.
Yeah, I also.
Always talking around here. I can never get any sleep.
We didn't mean to disrupt your place, oh great spirit.
Yeah, my nice idyllic little creek.
It does seem to be well situated.
It's a very nice creek.
Chosen of the sun. What the fuck are you doing here?
We were just taking a bit of a break, but we can push off if
There's
we're
no
just
need, there's no need, but at least, give me a little something for keeping this place nice for you, giving you this cool water.
What would a god want?
We brought you this sacrificial body.
No.
Excuse me.
Well, actually,
No.
We offer
no,
this.
No, we don't.
What?
No.
I thought you weren't going to interrupt me anymore.
Oh, no, I just apologize for it.
Are you apologizing again?
No,
Is that-
this time definitely not. I am interrupting you on purpose. Bitch. No, she doesn't say that. Oh. I wish.
John. This is not going to go well. Can I try splashing some of the creek up into the air to form a momentary rainbow? Like with the light through it?
Sure.
I mean, I'm not like, I don't have magic.
Sure,
hands.
knock yourself out.
Sure, dude. I'm going to try.
Go for it.
The light through the creek.
Okay.
We have nothing else to offer.
No, you were just about to offer me this nice corpse.
He's not a corpse.
I mean, some assembly required.
God.
If you're going to demand things of us, we will leave.
Ancient spirit, we are humble wayfarers. We seek only to. We seek safe passage through your domain. What would you offer us in exchange for this sacrifice?
I could make sure that you make your way down the Traveler's Road a little bit easier. Hide your passage. I don't really want to die.
There are evil creatures who hunt us,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you are aware.
No, you see, I don't really get evil or good. Those concepts don't really matter to me so much. There's people who pay attention to the river, and there's people who don't pay attention to the river.
Jersey?
And there's some people who
East Jersey
paid
River.
too much attention to the river and managed to make a bit of a mess of it. Maybe those people are evil, but look,
A huge stampeding army will defile your clear, pure stream with mud and muck and debris and piss and shit and vomit. They're vile. They seek to
I think we get the
corrupt
idea.
the natural beauty of your stream, and they are chasing us.
you let your horses drink from me.
And what they drink from you, they return to the earth and the soil which nourishes your stream in time.
You really are a quill of the sun, aren't you?
Thank you, my lord. Can I do a motive discerning technique on this guy?
Yeah, sure.
I want to know if he has any intimacies toward the Solar Exalted.
Sure.
What his relationship is with them.
Go for it.
All right.
His guile is 2.
He is a creek.
He's a creek. He's not that important in the grand scheme of
But a
things.
really buff creek.
I just wanted to roll some dice. Okay?
Yeah.
Just wanted to roll some dice.
Ooh, and you get double 9s on read it. That's a
That's a
bomb roll.
buddy,
You gotta spend some notes if you're gonna
buddy. Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 successes.
Gotta spend some motes, I think.
I do have to. These are my notes.
All right,
How many did
so
That's, I think, 3.
Qua,
Cheers.
You're welcome.
for his name is Qua.
Wow.
Qua does indeed have an intimacy as it relates to the Solar Exalted. Amused tolerance, minor. Not la croix, qua.
Does he have a quaff?
I liked it.
Yes.
Also, yes. It's got like a Jerry
Qua?
curl. Okay.
With a quaff.
See, I was writing it like K-O-I.
Oh.
I went Q apostrophe
like,
UA.
pronounced a different way. Like,
Oh, right. I think it's settled. We offer the god as a sacrifice, the spirit gives us safe passage back to the road. Bob's your uncle.
I don't have
It's a fair transaction, surely.
I mean, I could just drag him into the right now. You might have to help hold him underneath. I'm not very deep, so
I think a chosen of mercy might be worth a little more than a creek.
Agreed.
Fine. I'm feeling a bit emotional. Maybe I should get over my resentment to this.
if you're feeling emotional, you could cry into me. I've always wanted to be an ocean.
You're an actor? You can cry on demand, right?
Of course I can.
Show us. Please cry.
Yeah, show us.
I, for one, will have no part of it.
Oh, I'm all for it.
You're gonna cry, Scarf Man?
I don't see what I get. I don't have to prove anything to anyone.
It's an
You wanted safe
offering.
passage, did you not?
Yeah, give him an offering. Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
unless you got any other salty treats for me.
I've got a few treats you probably wouldn't appreciate as much as my tears, but so am I understanding the transaction clearly?
Wait, did
I
you
offer
make
you.
semen?
Yes. I
Wait,
was
what?
offering-
No,
Ew, gross.
there are other things that are salty, like salt.
Anchovies.
I don't
What-
think.
here- maybe this will sweeten the deal. I can offer you a bit of column A and a bit of column B.
Oh my god.
Just cry!
I have to go commune with nature.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Fine. Right. So am I understanding this
Unless
correctly?
you can't cry.
I'll knee you
on
in the
demand.
groin if you need help.
I pour my sweet salt tears into your stream and you offer us safe passage to the road.
Yeah.
Do you
that's-
swear that you'll help us?
You son of a bitch. I see you. You cry for me. You
will
give
cry.
me those salty
sanctifying it all?
tears. And yeah, I'll see you to the road.
All right.
All of you.
Very well.
But I'm gonna need at least one tear for each person. That's 5 by my count. 7 if you want the horses to be okay.
Yeah, you do. Squeeze them out, bud.
Believe me,
We need.
you'll have many more than 7. You'll have 7 sevenfold.
We're getting a lot of talk, not much crying.
Sort of a build-up.
I'm-
There was a performance
Okay.
at the monastery.
I'm warming
Sorry.
up. If you had any idea what's involved,
don't.
That's 49.
Right.
I know how to multiply.
it's very good.
Quite impressive, actually.
Very
What
smart.
use have you for mathematics? Mathematics.
Okay.
The sciences at all, frankly.
I can't believe that I'm seeing this.
Impassioned orator. 1 mote.
Yes, one moment.
Double 9s on any
May I suggest that you
performance-
spend your peripheral essence, not your personal?
Oh, right.
No, that's fine. I mean,
I'm sorry.
That was your peripheral.
That was my
Oh,
peripheral.
was it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I can't tell. There's a Kleenex box on the way. Sorry. Facial tissues.
So double 9s for any performance-based
Kleenex
speech.
ain't sponsoring this stream. Yet.
that's true.
Pellio closes his eyes, opens them, and gazes out upon the horizon.
Yo, this shit's tight.
Nix has gotten some jerky out of the rations bag.
Fucking rations.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew. Or that the everlasting had not fixed his cannon against self-slaughter. Oh God! God! How weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world.
This is the greatest moment in the history of this creek.
Fie on it. Oh, fie. It is a line
Just cry, or I'll put everyone else out of their misery.
Can I slap him across the face?
I forgot my line.
I'm honestly like tearing up a little bit. Or I think Five Bats and River Jade are maybe tearing up a little bit.
I mean, do me a favor. Can you actually just roll that?
You
for
want me to roll that for
Yeah.
you? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
got
So
it.
I want you to roll your charisma performance,
I can do that. I can do that.
Double nine.
and I'm going to give you double nines. Yeah, and I'm going to give you. You stunted good on that one. Let's get 2 extra dice.
That was awesome.
Go for it.
All right.
Line. I've never heard these words before in my life.
What?
Line of what?
Right.
Cocaine.
2, 4, 6,
Oh my God.
8.
Is it double nine?
He's on fire.
It is double nines.
Oh.
Oh.
9.
We're just weeping.
9 successes.
I'm so depressed.
Okay, so for one thing, I should point out for everyone present, he is actually an excellent actor.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Despite what you just saw.
No. In addition to.
The second is
Yeah,
that
in addition to.
if you wish, you may spring tears at this point.
At the spring.
A relative font of tears.
Yes. No, I weep into the stream inconsolably. And I use what's left of my scarf and I dab my ears. I dab my eyes rather. Wipe the tears away. And
He's crying so much. It's from his
it's
ears
coming
as
from his
well.
ears. Oh God! Not again. Oh,
always
I hate it when this happens. I'm fine.
It's
Like no one has moved towards him.
Fetch me my water. I can't. Oh,
the water's right here in front of you, friend.
thank
Drink
you.
from me as I've drunk from you.
oh, thank you. Does anyone have any wine? I need alcohol.
I'm definitely not wine.
Somebody fetch me some alcohol.
I can't do that.
I don't think
don't
we
know.
have
No?
it.
We have
Oh, fine. Can we go now? Oh, he's still here. And I slap him across the face.
Why did you do that?
I'm sorry, I'm feeling emotional.
Is this how you're going to be every time you act for us?
Possibly.
He stands up. You know, I could show your friends mercy. I want to make one thing clear. I understand that I had to do some things that you might not have liked, but I also managed to save not only your life, but I'm giving you a chance to have one once you leave this rock. You don't have to show me respect, but you might want to consider it. You're still a fledgling in this world. Chosen of the sun or not, I'm not to be trifled with.
That was Jess, obviously.
Should be clear. It's good.
Or shall we let this kind creek perhaps taste your blood?
There need be no violence here.
Tell that to my cheek.
Pellio, the way you are able to direct essence from your very soul into the performance you just gave is truly incredible.
I was on the edge of my creek.
Fuck, I love Quaff.
Can we take him? No.
He's a creature. Bound to the
Literally can't.
Literally impossible.
Anyway,
You're too kind.
guide your horses into me, and you just have to walk along my path.
No.
That's right. I'll be the one to conceal you. And don't worry, your horse's legs won't seize up. I'll make sure they stay warm.
Thank you.
You know what? You're welcome. All of you are welcome. If you leave any trash behind in this glen, I'll kill you all. And he just goes back into the creek.
Let's take him up on it. Let's move on. all of us?
Fine.
I'll walk behind the horses. That's only fair.
Why don't you go?
There's no reason to start straining them too much. If they carry too much weight, eventually they'll be useless. I can walk behind you. We're gonna have to take it slow in the creek anyway.
If you get tired, just let me know. You can take my place.
You can learn a lot from her. And I think you might be able to learn something from him too. I'm ready to go.
Untie the horses.
This is Pellio on a horse.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
You were saying that you were rulers in the first age. What do you mean?
My understanding is that before this time, the anathema ruled the land with an iron fist. They kept rule over creation. And they did it in such a way that was tyrannical and destructive. I'm not so sure. None of us were there.
Just to clarify 5 paths. Was it the monks who taught you that people like us were destructive in that first stage?
These are part of the teachings of the Immaculate Order, yes?
Call that convenient history.
I don't understand what other history would be possible.
Neither do I.
Right.
But I entertain the possibility.
As do I. It's the reason I have not run off screaming from the rest of you yet. I'm serious. Why are you laughing at me?
Nothing.
Are you sure? Mm-hmm. All right.
You should know that at the edge of this river there's going to be a small village, separate, but still subject to the Blessed Isle. You'll probably be safe there. Monks tend not to go there. You want to roll me your lore?
Yes. Intelligence lore?
Yep.
Just lore. Coming up. Sorry. 5?
It's a port town. It's doesn't really even have much of a name because most of its population is transitory.
Okay.
But it has a reputation for being a place of ill repute. So monks tend not to go there, mostly because they need traders to be able to access this place, and they know that if they go there to flush it out, the traders will disappear.
Right.
So as long as nothing too bad goes on, it's all right. But it's definitely a place where I wouldn't necessarily call it, like a hive of scum and villainy, but I would definitely say that if you were looking to do something that wasn't exactly on the up and up, this place would be good for it. Most people only call it the port.
Well, it's certainly not a bad place to go if we want to...
Have a drink. I need alcohol. I need a drink. I can't perform and not drink afterwards, please, for God's sake. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No. We will be there.
Here.
We will arrive.
And Howe reaches in deep into his robes and he pulls out a very small flask. You need to be very careful. It's quite potent.
Thank you.
What a merciful act.
It tastes like burning. But the thing is, it doesn't just taste like burning. It's a very sweet burning. It honestly, you could grow to like this. It's pretty good. It's not as it's not as alcoholic as his warning would say, but there's still a certain amount of, like it's got a very good kick to it.
Is that cumin? I'm just joking. I didn't mean that.
It's from the south.
It burns so good. Thank you.
Keep it. Just try not to take too much of it at once. That's all I have.
You spent much time there.
Recently,
What were you doing?
it was the last hunt I was on. I managed to let somebody escape.
You did?
And that's when people got suspicious, so I decided that it would be best if I head for a pilgrimage to where all good soldiers of the hunt must go.
Do you have any idea where this individual went?
Most likely further south. She was not like you. Chosen of the moon. Now, I've been answering a lot of questions and my throat's rather parched, so if you'll excuse me.
Yeah.
But if you'll excuse us, I think it might be
segue.
an appropriate time to take a break. We'll be back very soon. Trust me, we keep this under 5. We'll be back very soon. We'll continue on with this. We'll see. Someone almost earned an achievement back there. Almost. Not quite. But we'll see. See you in a moment.
Was it?
I'm the worst exalted storyteller in the world, and the reason is because I don't drink tea. So I can say that tea is my nemesis.
Challenge accepted.
Interesting.
Challenge accepted.
Interesting.
I will find you a tea with all of your favorite flavors from your childhood. Nostalgia in a cup. I will find it for you. I will brew it for you, sir.
There's no such thing as nostalgic teas from my childhood because I hate them all.
No, but the smell of something from your childhood.
Oh.
Like crayons, or
Nope.
that's gross. Sorry. Play-Doh.
Oh. Getting closer.
Gasoline. My brother was.
Nailed it.
Are we ready to keep going?
I think so.
Are you? Can you possibly keep going with somebody who doesn't drink tea? I mention this because all of my players are currently drinking either tea or something tea-like.
Yeah, that's fair.
Or coffee-like.
Hot bean juice.
Hot bean juice. That's.
Is bamboo a bean? I don't think so.
Real Brickwall, I also don't drink coffee.
Okay.
I don't drink coffee either.
Gasp.
All right.
Do you drink?
Water. Like a lot of water.
Wow, so healthy.
No.
Nah.
There's other things.
Fair enough.
I also drink LSD.
Straight up.
Just like we ready to go?
Let's party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Did you just say let's party?
I did. Let's full party. Because you're like, right? Your pupils like dilate really big.
And also is the name of the show.
Here we go. It doesn't take much longer to make your way back down along this creek, but the sun's starting to dip below the horizon. You can see that there's already a few lights in the distance as the port becomes clearer to you. And meanwhile, the trip has been relatively pleasant. For one thing, any water that splashes up against your feet has been pleasantly warm and evaporates quite quickly.
Ooh.
As well, fish leap up out of the creek and directly into your arms.
Wow.
I want to be like taking those fish and putting them in my bag.
It's like instant
For later?
gutting.
Right in the fish bag.
Yeah, like I'm riding a horse and gutting a fish simultaneously.
I'm like somehow not surprised by this at all.
Make some sashimi.
I might even throw some fish your way.
Yeah, get some of that fish. Yeah.
Put it back.
And then towards the end, while the form doesn't come back up, it was nice riding with you.
Thank you for your kind review.
You're welcome inside me anytime.
Thank you.
That's what they all say.
Just go red to like.
It's what I'm saying.
Never mind.
Okay.
I'm talking about sex.
Oh my god.
What's that?
Oh, this I gotta get.
When two or more people,
La la la.
when two or more Pellios love each other very much, and they hug each other very, very closely.
What's a Pellio?
A Pellio is, and then I just unbuckle my thing.
Oh my god! No, you're behind me on the horse. I'm gonna push him up into the creek.
I see word hasn't spread quite this far.
Tell your friends. And that's
You'll leave there. Yes.
Hey, Lieutenant Howe, guess what? I know, Kwai, I know. We're gonna have to ditch these robes.
What do I wear?
Might have to send some people in first to get some clothes for us.
Oh yeah, I'll pick you out something really special.
What do you mean special? I don't require anything with adornment.
No, if you want adornment, you'll get Pellio to be your personal shopper.
I don't need a personal shopper. I just need something to wear that doesn't brand me as a...
Let's go find him some.
How
Yeah, let's
reaches
go shopping.
How reaches back into his robes and he pulls out a very small pouch and he tips a couple of bits into it and hands them to you. I appreciate it.
I don't know how much this is gonna get you.
It's definitely going to be enough to get me a pair of pants,
Throw in lunch.
a shirt, and a room for all of us.
Got it, a bunch of fish.
I want a free your meal.
And tell you what, if you manage to find clothing for the two of us and lodging and board for the night, you can keep whatever's left.
Yes. We have a deal. Come on, Pellio.
So our deal's done, right? I got you a safe.
You did.
Won't be any trace of your passage. It's been a pleasure doing business with you.
Thank you. Likewise.
Yeah, you're an alright guy.
Thank you. If I ever need my oil changed, I know.
You're what?
What?
No, just the.
Oh my god.
No, you sound like a mechanic of something. No, I'm just.
No.
Thank you.
The auto district.
Indeed,
Nexus, yeah.
yes.
A mechanic?
Nothing. I was reciting lines from a play I performed in. Qua, you've been too kind.
I thought you were the rude mechanical.
Wow.
What's that?
What the hell was that?
I'm disappointed that you and I are probably the only two people who will understand what I just did
It
there.
was a reference to a well-known playwright.
No, I was making a play on words that you're a mechanical because you're an actor.
Yeah, the rude mechanicals of Midsummer Night's Dream fame. I
Wait,
assume.
what?
Nothing. a famous work of Nexian theatre.
Yeah, that's not going to happen for at least another like 6 billion years.
Explains why I haven't heard of it.
Right.
This is a long, long time ago.
Qua, we must take our leave of you.
Yeah, I get that.
We bid you farewell.
Sure.
We must now go and garb our monk friend in something suitably dapper. What do you think, Nix?
I'm thinking hat. Or
Oh,
two.
Does River Jade need new clothing as well then, or is it just
Jade,
me?
you want new clothes?
I'm good. I've
Right.
got the things. Sapphire
Just
eyes.
me then.
Well, you and Lieutenant Howe.
You said just pants?
Pants and a shirt.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind.
He's given
Steer
you.
the horse.
He hasn't given you an exorbitant amount of money. He's definitely given you enough that you can cover these two with pretty nice clothes and find a pretty nice place to stay.
But what I'm hearing is if I shop the bargain outlets,
There you go.
then we can have lunch.
That is also true.
Hate you guys.
Just clipping coupons as
Salvation Army it is.
I mean, you know,
Smells like it was taken out of a dumpster.
Fancy that.
off of a corpse.
There's maggots in it.
This one's
We're
covered
working
in
with
graveyard
the
dirt.
finest the garment district
Taking
in
up
this
on-
port town doesn't really offer very much, you understand.
Yeah, you understand. We're gonna do our best.
We're doing our very best.
I understand that there's an awful lot more money where that came from if you can show that you deserve to be trusted with it.
How much money are you carrying?
Yeah. How much money are you carrying?
What are you gonna read his mind?
I
What
don't
are you
know.
doing?
Profile. Can I do an
You
investigation?
can do a persuade that he tells you.
No.
I'll do a persuade that he tells me. He
Using
hates
what
me,
intimacy?
but- What intimacy? I mean,
He has a minor
only one you
in
know.
contrition.
Contrition
Yeah.
was what he
So you can do that, yeah.
okay, all right. Howe, you are a man of the law. You understand that in matters of civil disagreement, it is customary for the person who is wronged by the wronging party that there be some form of compensation for the wrong that they have suffered. Now, I do understand that you are contrite about your treatment of us in that prison, but I think it would be suitable for you to demonstrate that contrition by some monetary compensation of some kind. Is that not customary in legal circles? Surely, I think it is.
Nicely done. All right. That's 2 dice and an extra success. Regain a point of willpower if you...
I have not spent one.
Well, then you don't
But
get to
I
regain
will
it.
now.
I regain one of
No,
mine.
it doesn't work that way. You got to declare the willpower before you regain it. However, that's 2 dice and an automatic success. But your difficulty on this one, because you are exploiting a minor, he is going to defend using a major, which means that your difficulty is currently 3. Go for it.
You can do it, Pellio.
Yes! Like, I think 5 Pass followed that, and I think he's disgusted. Like, that seems really gross.
Yeah.
7.
7.
Well
Now,
done.
you could have put me into a decision point, and he could choose to spend a point of willpower to resist using a different, but he isn't going to. You know, you're right. You're absolutely right. Even though I was trying to help you, I didn't make your stay in that prison any more comfortable than it should have been. I'm carrying a lot more money than this. But for now, we need clothes and we need a place to stay. If you can arrange that, we can talk about reparations later.
Very well.
Sounds good. You 3 will wait here. We'll take the 2 horses.
As long as we don't get out of the creek, we should be safe.
If River Jade wants to go into town as well, that will be fine. Lieutenant Howe and I at least both look as if we came from the same place.
Until you can trust me, you should make sure that you have the advantage of numbers.
You promise to come back?
I promise.
Oh no! Can you imagine?
He doesn't have to sanctify it if he doesn't want
Yeah.
to. All right.
I don't want to.
I'm gonna read intentions on the I promise.
Sounds good.
It's wits awareness.
So that's not a read intentions.
It's not
this
read
is
intentions.
no read intentions is to
Discern
try to
motive?
find her intimacy or the goal of her scene.
Right.
So you can read intentions and try to see if like the goal of her scene is, I got to get these suckers out of my life.
Yeah.
Bye. Play.
Yep. That's I'm
Okay,
going with
go ahead.
that.
Roll your
awareness?
read intentions, which is
Perception, socialize.
perception, socialize.
Socialize.
And what is your guile?
Guile is 4.
So you need 4 successes. Go for it.
Okay. This is the first time I'm rolling, guys.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay. Like this ever? What?
I'm also gonna spend a moat, which gets me what again?
A die. Extra die.
If
What,
you have
extra die?
if you have an excellency in socialize, it'll get you an extra die.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't have
you
it.
can't do
Why
that.
would you spend a moat?
I don't know. I just thought it was the thing you do.
I just thought it was.
I mean, you could also just like instantly know the exact time of day while you're doing this.
It's come in handy. It's a
The
good-
time is 7:38 p.m.
No, I only got 3. It's a double 7, but I don't think that does anything.
No.
So,
You
no.
get to shout Yahtzee.
All right. I tried.
Okay. If you
So you're heading out?
Is that
Yeah.
fast?
All right. The 2 of them leave on the horses,
very
leaving Lieutenant Howe and 5 Paths Ascending and River Jade standing in a creek.
But it's nice. No, it's no longer nice.
No, it's
Are we
comfortable
allowed
as
to
long as
get
you
out
don't
of the
leave the creek.
Right.
Right.
You're still under his protection.
Okay.
The instant you leave the creek, he has given you to your destination and he no longer has to help you.
Okay. Is there a little rock in the creek?
Oh yeah, you can sit down on a rock.
I'm gonna get off my horse.
Well, you had to give the horse to
Oh,
these
yeah,
two.
we took both
you
horses.
took both horses. Oh, why did we let you do that?
I don't know, but it was way easier
Oh
than I thought.
God.
Man,
Honestly, I should never come back.
this is perfect when you've got like oh yeah, we're a merry band of adventurers. Oh fuck, I let them take the horse.
Honestly, I don't
so-
think it would be much of a tragedy if we were to lose the 2 of them.
And the horses?
It would be.
Why?
Precious resources.
But I don't know that that's true. What? I understand that we are special and somehow chosen, but precious?
You're an interesting man who would get rid of his right arm simply because it was hurt.
It was constantly slapping me in the face.
Simply because it keeps flipping.
Would you like to sit down?
I've been spending a lot of time sitting down lately. I'm trying to work the kinks out of my shoulder.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down.
I got frustrated, I'm sorry.
You're allowed.
I don't
Foolishness is something that you can afford right now. Maybe next week you can't. As the two of you ride in, the first thing is that it smells
Sorry.
of
How dare you?
various exotic plants, some of which are designed to be eaten, some of which are designed to be smoked. There's the familiar reek and sweet tang of places that serve very nice drinks, but way too much of them. And of course, the inevitable consequences of such actions. And there's more than a few people, men and women, leaning against alleyways with come hither looks and beckoning fingers. It is getting to be sunset, so places of business are still open, but probably not for much longer.
Clothing stores are still open.
Places of business.
Places of business. Okay, I say we get the grunt work out of the way as quickly as possible, spend as little as possible, and then we just take some time.
As if you were reading my mind.
Bam.
Could I have both of you roll me your perception awareness, please?
Not their wits bureaucracy.
As the sun is starting to slip below the horizon for the two of you, there's something about the port for you specifically, Five Paths, which is just the tiniest bit unsettling. I mean, you've heard of this place before.
Yeah.
I mean, no monk would ever, or would they? River Jade, you spent an awful lot of time just like at home learning the trade, right? Mm-hmm. Have you ever been in a den of ill repute?
No, she's read about them,
Oh, yeah.
but she's never been.
There's more than a couple of romances out there that are like, and then they went into the port. Apparently there are come hither looks. How did you guys do? 1?
5.
5.
Nice.
On a pool of 5.
What is
Pellio,
happening to
I
this
know.
guy?
I think it rotates around.
That's fair.
It'll be
That's
you
fair.
next.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pellio, there's
some ringing.
there's an awfully nice store that you see where there's a gentleman who's being very patient, waiting upon a rather well-dressed woman. She seems to have not just like a very elegant gown on, but certain little bits of armor are strapped to it, almost as if they're ceremonial in nature. That would preclude her to she's definitely at least a patrician, right? If not, perhaps a chosen. But he is showing off these marvelous, wonderful scarves to her. And while you can only see her from behind, you can tell that she has an upright bearing, but her laughter it tinkles on the air. For you, you notice that there's an inn. It's relatively close by. It doesn't look like it would have too many rats. and they are serving what looks to be a stew that's been prepared for quite some time, so it smells pretty decent. The bread doesn't look too stale either.
Cool.
As long as you're trying to be cheap.
Excellent. I am.
I know that the sun is setting, so we're kind of late in the day. How long is that patrician shop going to be open?
You can assume another 30 minutes.
Yeah. Nick, should we have a bit of fun?
What do you mean?
I quite fancy a new scarf. I have a taste for scarves.
I hadn't noticed.
I enjoy your quick wit.
You have wits 5.
It's very good,
Thank you.
especially given the other 2 members of our company.
Boy,
Bit dull.
got
Very dull,
3
in
in
fact.
this.
There. No. He makes a good point.
I noticed that you have quite nimble fingers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think our friend has given us enough money.
I agree. There's
I-
so much to buy here, to see and do.
So much to buy, so much to borrow.
Sorry, I'll work on it.
So what I propose is that I head into that shop and provide a decoy, and you make off with a few scarves for your old friend Pellio. How does that sound?
What does this get Nyx?
It gets Nyx.
Why did we send the 2 of them together?
This is what I'm talking about. This is exactly my problem with this side of the table.
What Nyx gets to do,
This feels like a Coen Brothers movie just before everything goes wrong.
A fiasco. It's a fiasco.
A simple plan.
Nyx gets to decide what the monk has to wear.
Oh yes.
Oh God.
Oh,
no.
I like that very much. Will Pellio put on the outfit the monk has to wear before we give it to the monk?
Oh,
So that
absolutely.
Nyx can make sure it's just right.
Oh, it goes without saying, of course.
Referring to each other in third person, back and forth.
And making
like a
plans to undress and dress up in front of each other.
Yeah.
Hear that? Wedding bands in the paper, guys. I think it's happening.
2 separate mansions.
A ding a dong.
Bypass is your butler.
My personal valet.
All right.
To learn
Do you
to
need
ride a
anything
horse.
else, or should I just
one more
balance
thing.
on this pillar again?
How about, on top of this, you wrestle us up some free dinner? And then we have even more left over. I'm sure you've gotten a free meal in your smooth ways before.
I'll see what I can do.
Excellent.
It's going to be the worst day of my life.
So, what are you doing?
So excited.
I'm super jazzed.
So I'm using the charm mastery of small manners to
To be the master of small manners.
to be the master of small manners.
Yes.
And I open up the door to the patrician shop.
Yeah.
I'm using easily overlooked presence to drift in behind him.
Cool.
My lady, you are a vision.
And she turns to face you. She has quite a nice smile, actually. A vision.
Such regal bearing. I can scarcely believe my eyes.
Nyx, you recognize the woman. It's Lady Rain.
I figured. Yeah! Isn't that crazy? The second she was describing. Yep.
From the backstory?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Then she was sharing some
Aren't you kind?
assholes.
And might I say, that is quite a daring scarf you have.
Thank you so much, my lady. It is a custom in the fashion and garment circles in Nexus to
I'm leaving.
adopt.
I'm like doing a
Are
little.
you in stealth?
And I'm
Easily
You do that
wandering out
thing
the
where you
door.
like walk in, you take off your hat, you hang it up on the
yeah,
hook, you walk around, you pick up your hat, you leave.
Bye. And she's gone.
However,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to ask for you to roll that.
Cool. What would that be?
It's just gonna be a straight up wit stealth, please.
Sounds good. Might my specialty, stealth, in plain sight, apply?
Yeah.
I feel pretty in plain sight.
We're pretty in plain sight right about now. If you ever have to actually sneak in under cover of darkness, you're screwed though, right?
No. Look at that. That is one success.
Well, her stealth, in fact, in this case, it's not so that she isn't seen, it's that she isn't noticed or remarked upon. You know, like she can't kind of be like walking out in the middle of a store and be like, no one can see me, taking off everything, I'm the invisible woman, and then like people are like,
Eventually. What's she doing?
one success.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god. Oh no.
I mean, I do so love rolling dice.
No, buddy.
So creepy.
Well, that's 9 successes.
Wow.
Fuck.
Sure hope that was on a seduction roll towards Pellio. That's
But that depends on whether or not she was actually paying attention to you. So you just...
Yep. I want to do a little like.
Sure.
I seek to challenge conventions in my choice of headwear and in my fashion choices.
Challenging conventions.
Yes.
That's fascinating.
And I see that you have a similar aesthetic, something that has drawn me to you, my lady. I'm flabbergasted.
Well, let me tell you something about being flabbergasted. To be caught flat-footed. Perhaps a cat has caught your tongue. But I must say that your command of the language is impeccable. Quite the specimen.
Oh damn.
Permit me to see you in something else. And then she turns and the shopkeeper's just like eating it up. He's like, I was gonna make one sale, I might make 2. And she turns around and she swipes this crimson scarf off. It's made of practically nothing and it almost just floats in her hand as light as it is.
Is that silk?
Oh my. I always love an appreciative audience. And then she passes it just in front of her own eyes for a second, and then... Go ahead. Let me see it on you. And just, with that push, just lets it float over towards you. Nyx. You're now standing outside a shop that holds Lady Rain.
Sure am. So I am going to go far away from there. I'm going to start walking at a pretty brisk yet casual pace. I'm going to try to find a seedier clothing store. Nice and grubby.
That's relatively, dude. That's relatively useful. Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm going to start finding things. Trying to find some clothes.
Okay. Do you have any intimacies towards Lady Rain?
No, I don't.
All right. So there isn't any kind of like just overwhelming like jitters or whatever. that's
No,
happening
but she's
here.
definitely uncomfortable.
Okay. That's fair.
She's like,
You were there.
she's doing like a kind of like awkward scuttle. It's not as slick.
It's marvelous on you. Tell me that you'll accept it, that you'll wear it for me. Even if I never lay eyes upon you again, I want to know that something so beautiful has that scarf.
I cannot accept your offer, generous though it may be. I must make an offer of my own in return. And I see a nearby velvet scarf. It's green with gold embroidery. And I pick it up. My lady, I must insist that you try this on as well.
You want me to wear something of yours?
Yes.
Wasn't that forward?
An exchange.
She reaches out and she takes it and she runs her fingers along the seams. And you can see just the tiniest glint behind her eyes. You know, I never do this. But join me for dinner. And she tucks the scarf into the bodice of her dress and just pushes it further and further and further in until it just disappears.
Where did it go? Cheers.
They burp slightly, yeah, exactly.
Do you have a name? Or is it possible that mere spirits have such great sense of fashion?
I would offer you my name. But I fear that revealing my identity to you would cause you some alarm. I am...
Alarm?
Indeed.
Where's he going?
I am a person of some distinction and repute.
Oh, this is very good.
What is his name?
It's just the shopkeeper.
What's his name?
Ah, Jesus. He's now Jesus the shopkeeper. No,
Love it.
You don't get to know his name just because you want to. You have
Fine.
to ask for it.
Fine. He's Blarfy now.
I'm surprised I haven't been recognized. I account the fact that I haven't been recognized to the moderate size of this settlement. And I imagine that
I bet I know who you are. Let me see. From the east, yes? You are a scavenger king.
Scavenger is a bit pejorative, my dear friend. But yes, I am born of the aristocracy of the East, and I've taken a liking to some of your garments. And I would...
May I arrange a private fitting for you?
You may.
Excellent.
He thinks Nix is still stealing stuff.
Oh, believe me, if there's going to be a private fitting, I think I'm going to have to be present. I might insist. Tell me. And she steps a little bit closer, and there's this gentle whiff of perfume. Tell me, I'm not interrupting anything, am I? I would hate for me to get in the way of you and your wife.
She's,
Just a serving girl.
in a manner of speaking. She is assisting me. And I'm afraid that I must decline your very kind invitation to supper.
Oh.
In fact, she seems to have just popped out. So, with your permission, my lady, and
Would this be the first time you've seen a woman pop out in your presence?
not the first and hopefully not the last.
You realize, of course, that a mere serving girl isn't worth giving this opportunity up. I believe it might be something very enticing for both of us.
Will you offer me this beautiful red silk scarf as a token of remembrance, and in the hope that should we cross paths in the future, we might
I
pick up where we
imagine
left off.
might. But if you're bold enough, you can retrieve what you exchanged for it.
Deep within her bodice.
Very well. Would you like to meet me in the changing room? Or shall I retrieve the gift here in front of our friend, the garment maker?
As if any sort of changing room would have something to hide from me.
Close
Is
your
there
eyes.
some-
Oh!
You dare.
The window with the jig.
The only reason I want
But
to
she's in,
see
like,
this is
stealth.
because I want to see exactly what you'd do.
He, without breaking any eye contact, he approaches her very, very gently. And he leans in and whispers in her ear, "You'll feel it more if you close your eyes." And as he's whispering that in her ear, he reaches his right arm around her back and gently starts to unzip the back of her dress.
Okay, so as you do this, she very carefully reaches with her hands that are clasped behind her back, and then come forward and just very lightly rests upon Pellio's belt. And that's when you feel something poke. Poke just a little bit. And then she whispers in your ear, "This has been very fun, but I'm afraid your serving girl is going to have to come back here. Now, I can either walk with you,
It's a sword.
or I can just simply go myself. One way, you get to keep whatever the gods blessed you with. Make your choice. And it's all right. There's no need to alert this fine gentleman in his scarves. But you have about 4 seconds before you lose it.
Certainly. I'll take you to her right now. I know exactly where she is.
Excellent. Now, I should tell you that this is for your own protection. So, stay with me. Let's go. And when she turns, there's almost, you could swear, like a protective air in front of her. As if, even though she's not walking in front of you, that there's still this sense that she is scanning ahead of you.
So I step out of the shop.
Careful. Do you know who she is? Do you really know who she is?
Yes, she is my serving lady. She assists me with matters of fashion and garment making in Nexus.
Tell me, are you a fool? Or are you merely misinformed?
Who do you think she is?
The difference between you and me, my crimson friend, is that I know. Jade,
Yeah!
5 pats.
How long has it been since
About like
has
10
been-
minutes.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it.
It's been a very eventful 10
Bit
minutes.
long-winded, sorry.
Ooh.
You'll die today.
Should we have trusted them? Okay.
Our fates are entwined now.
I'm a bit.
You're a bit what?
I don't know. I'm starting to think that perhaps they maybe can't be trusted.
No.
Look,
I
it's
was-
River Jade. It takes a while.
It takes some time. I was taught to listen to my instincts, to make sure that they are tempered with reason, but that
Yeah.
one's gut is closer to one's essence than one's mind. In a way. Why do you believe that they... I, for one, believe that for all his talk, Pellio is not about to do anything so disastrous. I think he is afraid.
Right.
Nyx, on the other hand, probably just wants to get away from here as fast as she can.
I can't blame her. I can't blame any of you.
She came back, and she still hasn't quite told me why.
It happened to me when I was taking care of my very, very ill sister, that I was considering whether it would be a kindness to let her pass, to give my parents a chance to move on, or whether it would be better if I sacrificed for myself so that they could move on. Anyway, the point is that the moment of my exigence, the moment of my exaltation, everything changed, and yet I still had only seconds of this new second breath. It's very hard to change your entire life in just a small moment, even if something like this happens to you. Why should she be any different? Why should her life up to this point not inform her decisions? She's been like this, what? I would imagine a year tops.
I was hoping that as the most experienced, she would be able to provide some guidance.
Perhaps she can.
But she hasn't been very forthcoming with it.
You know, she was there when it happened.
What?
She was there when this happened.
She was like, want to see a trick? And then
light.
Yep.
So is my family.
River Jade, have you ever killed anyone?
No.
She has.
Yeah, I figured.
Well, how do you know?
It's who I am. I can tell when someone has shown mercy. I can tell when somebody chooses not to.
Do you see that in us?
I have to tell you that not showing mercy is not an indicator of good or evil. It is merely a choice. Not all of us deserve it. Not all of us know what it is. But she did manage to help you, didn't she?
Yeah.
A mercy.
She also came to the prison as well.
Another mercy. A kindness.
If that isn't devotion.
Not devotion. But you could ask her. Maybe you might even get the truth. But, of course, at the moment, she's currently trying her best to swindle me. So, we'll see how that goes.
I mean, hopefully, she takes the higher road.
We'll see.
I can't even believe that.
My name is River Jade.
Yeah, no.
Pellio, as you continue walking outside with her, the shopkeeper's like, but the scarves, and then she just negligently just reaches into a purse that hangs at her belt, just picks up a couple of coins, and then just drops them on the ground as she continues to go out. And he is...
I haven't taken the red scarf.
Oh, no, you have.
I have, right.
But she's paying for it.
Yeah.
As
we leave.
As you leave. And the shopkeeper is definitely not above like going, oh, that's so rude. Scurries over and just like picks it all up.
Oh, my lady, you are too kind. Now, and at the top of my lungs, like using full theater voice,
Oh my god.
I start yelling, walking back in the direction that I know we came from.
Yeah.
Philomena! Philomena! Where have you gotten to?
Philomena.
Oh my god.
How could I ever compete with somebody named Philomena?
Oh, she's just my serving girl, my lady. Nothing.
Yes. I am your lady. Aren't I? Don't forget.
Oh, God.
You are either foolish or misinformed, and one of them is going to spell doom.
Misinformed. We go with misinformed.
I can assure you that we'll get to the bottom of this. We'll clarify any confusion as to who you think Philomena may be.
I see.
I know that she must be somewhere around there, and I point her in the direction of where we walked from. And I start yelling, Philomena, where are you, as loud as I can.
But the danger feels good, doesn't it? Now that you know that there's something. The danger's either coming from her or it's coming from me, but either way, I can feel your heart quickening. I can feel everything quickening.
Oh.
You have certainly provoked my curiosity.
I do that. Nyx. So you're in a shop and this guy's like, come on, I really want to go home. Like, their shirts, their pants.
Is there like a box of things like the $1, but you know, like
No, because dollar stores don't exist in the port.
so he doesn't have like a sad box.
It's cheaper than the scarf shop that you were looking at before, but like this place isn't a place where there's a lot of poor people. So it's kind of like middle of the road and up.
All right, I'll get some middle of the road stuff. I'm not down to have fun anymore.
Are you shopping for a friend?
I've lost my mojo.
Can I offer you anything?
No, pants, shirts, basic, functional.
Oh, suit yourself. And she just... Come on.
Can I try to bargain? Bring the price down?
Yeah, sure.
Like point out ripped seams, unfinished hems, like just really like the imperfections.
Sweet. Roll wits bureaucracy.
Okay.
Coming up.
That Lady Rain is in the vicinity and you're still trying to bargain someone down.
Well, you
Might need that extra
this
bit
is
to
the
like
last
throw
thing
into Lady
that I
Rain's
do
eye.
in life. May as well try to
Go out
get
with
a good
style.
deal for you guys,
Holy
you know.
crap,
How much
some
bureaucracy do you
I have
have?
2 bureaucracy.
Wow.
That is 4 successes.
Fine. I really need to go.
I need a bag too.
She pulls up a canvas sack. It's just
Reasonable.
2 shirts, 2 pairs of... You're welcome.
Not eternally. I just stare at them.
She's not one for the social.
She's...
So as you step out into the main street, you still feel like you're relatively far away and so concealed, but you do hear...
Philomena, it's Master Pellio.
Pellio, is it?
He said his name.
Tell me, Pellio, when we find her, will you take care of her discipline, or will it be me?
Well, you can let me handle that.
But you're not even sure what crime she's committed.
Whatever it is, if it has offended you, my dear, I will ensure that her punishment is swift and just
You're so accommodating.
and very stern.
I do say, I'm having a wonderful time. Do you know what would make it even better?
So scary.
Tell me.
If we found her. Let's go.
Yes, I believe she's just up along this road. Philomena, stop being so silly.
Go ahead.
After you, my lady.
Oh no, I'm afraid I must insist.
I'm too much a gentleman to walk in front of a lady.
I
Please.
see. Before I was too afraid to insist, now I'm too indignant. Walk.
Okay, I walk in front of her,
Don't open
but I don't turn my back to her.
Yeah, that's fine. You can like trying to do like that sideways kind of thing. so
I'll do
that
a
you-
side. I'll walk backwards.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
Baller.
I can't bring myself to take my eyes off you.
Wise. Philomena, if you don't step forward, I'm going to find out just exactly how they build them in the scavenger lands, piece by piece.
The shop that I just exited, like I can still tell from the calls, I guess, how far away they are.
Yeah.
Am I anywhere near the water?
I'd say that you're about 200 meters from the water.
Is it fairly concealed? Like, could I enter stealth and try to creep up to?
To the water,
water?
itself? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You can just duck through the shops and the alleyways.
Okay.
For someone of your talents, that should probably be pretty easy.
I want to like.
By the way, you two now are starting to hear Philomena.
I was wondering if we
Yeah,
could
we-
hear
yeah,
it.
you guys
yeah.
can hear?
It's definitely Pellio.
Well, I mean,
and
who
he's
else could yell
definitely
like
saying
that,
a
right?
name that you haven't heard before, which is nothing new from Pellio.
I was gonna say it's like definitely not.
It could just be him calling for someone.
It's a trick.
I don't know.
It could be someone on a boat, on a pleasure cruise through eel-infested waters.
While this is happening, sorry, can I leave the safety of the creek and up a tree just to try to get some sight? onto
Yes,
this
you
guy?
you absolutely can if that's what you choose to do.
I would like to perch on top of the tree.
Arrivederci.
Forgot
Thank
about
you again.
Claw. New favorite NPC.
So
gotta live here now.
you go up into a tree, and if you're trying to look out, do you have any awareness charms at all?
No.
All right, well, you can still roll. It's difficulty 4, though.
I-
Yeah.
Can I use a charm to perch on top of the tree to give me better view?
Yes, So I'll give you 2 extra dice for your stunt.
I'll pay my motes. I got it.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna.
You pay your goddamn motes.
Is that Claw speaking?
All right. I'm going.
And then there were 2. I'll have you roll your stealth, please, then.
Thank you. Is it my dex stuff?
Yes, this would be dex stealth.
Oh. 5 successes.
Well, that's enough. You see a woman who is wearing a very elegant gown with a few choice pieces of armor, walking down kind of the main road, and you see Pellio standing in front of her, facing her.
Walking backwards.
Walking backwards. Well, they've stopped now.
What the hell?
And he's calling out,
Philomena, if you don't come out right now, I will punish you very severely. Do you hear me? I'm so sorry, my lady.
"Oh, don't be. Punishment is what keeps society from falling over the edge.
I couldn't agree more. Yes, you and I have so much in common.
We should, honestly, when this is over, we should examine what punishment means. I'll show you first, and then you can leave." 2? All right, let's see if that's enough.
Oh God.
What are you doing out at the water?
Sorry?
Have you said what you're doing at the water yet? No, you
I-
haven't yet.
Well, she has to get there first.
Right.
I would like to abort that action because what I needed to do is no longer necessary.
She just keeps swimming, just
No, I
keeps.
wanted to see if I could get a message to you guys through Claw.
Oh, that's fair.
You all heard Pellio. It's not
No.
necessary
You
anymore.
I never know what's down there, though.
Oh, there she is.
Ah, fuck.
You're still seeing this.
Oh, yeah.
Take it. Okay.
I mean, I'm coming down to
Can I
tell
duck
you.
into an alley?
I mean, yes, of course you can.
I would
She currently has eyes on you, so you're not in stealth, but you can get out of her direct line of sight.
I would like to do that.
Excellent. So, we know where she is. At this point, the port will close off. So, I don't imagine she'll be leaving anytime soon. Now, look me into the eyes, Pellio. Look me in the eyes and tell me that you weren't aware of who she was. And believe me, if you lie, I will know. And then we can begin our punishment.
Ooh.
If you tell the truth, then you're an idiot. And you'll be punished anyway.
I quite like a bit of consensual punishment.
Oh.
No.
Consent isn't in the offering today.
Oh, boy.
Are we role-playing?
We're interrogating. Did you know that your companion is Solar Exalted?
Oh, that's utterly preposterous. No. Philomena is... She was the daughter of a merchant who passed away in quite unfortunate circumstances, and I felt poorly for the family. And you see, feeling poorly for the family and being a kind gentleman, I thought, well, I'll help her out. I'll have her come and join me in the shop. for a
She's
while.
reading intentions. She wants to find out what your goal is. So this, you can boost your guile.
Yeah. Yeah, I will boost my guile. And also spurious presence is the charm that I'm going to use as well. +2 to guile versus read intentions.
Woo!
If presence is questioned.
Sorry.
Yeah.
+2 to guile.
Which is
it's like a larceny
6
thing.
motes.
All right. So your guile is now.
My guile is now 11. Oh no, that's not how math works. My guile is 7. Sorry. My guile is 7 plus.
I mean, I was going to be very impressed for a second there, being like, "Oh, no."
Yeah. No,
All right, 7. That's
I want
great.
to ask about which pool you're pulling the motes from.
Yeah,
Is my
bear in
Yeah,
mind
yeah,
that
yeah.
if you take
You have
more than
4.
5
Just
from
a thought.
this,
And
The
your
old,
cast mark will erupt on
Even
your
if I'm
forehead.
wearing a scarf over
Oh
my
yeah,
forehead?
it shines right through.
Yeah.
10 anyway.
So you can spend your
will spend my
personal. Yeah, that would be a good idea.
Personal.
Personal, sorry. Personal.
Let's go. Let's see how our successes are feeling
God.
today.
John, might I activate my form?
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh God.
What are you, a snake? A spider? What are you? I know you can't tell me.
Secret plan.
My natural guile is 5. I added the 2. Do I add any other guiles?
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay.
She narrows her eyes.
7 guides.
That's a shame. Oh, that's a very shame.
Oh no.
I thought that I was going to enjoy this. Neil,
I don't think I feel comfortable doing this in the middle of this alleyway. Can we find a hotel room or something?
I'm offering you your life. Neil.
Sorry, I think there's been some confusion, my lady. I thought we were playing at... I thought we were playing.
And she just starts pulling 2, although they're layered on top of each other, short diclaves out from the back of her dress, just a bit lower from where you were
I'm coming to
unzipping.
get you as
Have you seen this?
soon as I can.
Pull them in front of her and then just separates the 2. And licks of flame going up and down. Last chance to Neil.
You're offering me my life.
That's correct, because I think you're too much of a moron to understand who was in your entourage.
And what do you intend to do with those?
Put you into looking for a new servant girl.
But after I kneel, what would you have me do? I'm sorry,
She gives an irritated sigh and just starts walking past you.
Can I start like I want to go around the building, like away from her?
Scuttling much faster.
I run after her, and no, wait, please, can I just?
Is you're running after her?
Yeah.
Okay, just in a second.
Yeah.
So I've come back down the tree as fast as my little friggin' legs and arms will carry me. Pellio, he's in trouble. There's a woman with him, and she didn't look happy. Something, Pellio and women not looking happy. I don't know. There's a joke there, but we don't do jokes.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I think we need to
They have to be immaculate jokes.
Hey, that was good.
check. Wait.
She might have been looking for someone else.
Did she have any weapons on her? Did she?
Diclaves.
Oh fuck. Farts.
A chosen of fire.
Well, time to leave this creek.
Okay.
Lieutenant Howe, I'm not sure if you want to come with us or if you want to stay.
We will attract attention. I leave it to you as to whether that's a wise course of action.
I think if you and I were to go one way, we might be able to distract her momentarily, enough for you to
Okay.
swoop in.
Do you know my favorite immaculate joke?
No?
How many monks does it take to change a torch?
Well, I don't know.
Oh. A mere talon. 1 to change the torch, and 499 to make sure that the solars die like pigs.
That isn't as funny today as it was a few days ago.
Really? I find it helps to have a sense of humor. And he starts walking out,
I may have
and he
to
leaves the
discover
creek
one.
as well.
Oh boy.
I've also left the creek. I'm just kind of flabbergasted by this joke.
Yes.
So, you're chasing
Fine.
after her, Pellio.
I know where she went.
Excellent.
Follow me.
The chutzpah!
I will.
Listen.
Oh, Pellio,
Big
Pellio,
fan.
Pellio.
Huge fan.
Go ahead.
She's hiding under a tree. Follow me this way.
Yes, I said I would.
Right. So I start running, but sorry, I'm a bit out of breath.
So she doesn't run, but she walks very quickly
Okay.
after you, as if it would be too undignified
Right.
to lift her feet and to jump in those short hops that running is.
Sorry, I know it's just up here. I'm, not what I used to be in terms of my
Manipulation
stamina.
performance, please. 2 dice for your stunt. Nyx.
Okay, so they are walking towards the clearing. I would like to find myself in an alley, hopefully close to where they are,
Which they?
Pellio and Lady Rain.
Okay.
And if so, I want to try to sneak up behind her. Yes. Ring.
Okay.
luck.
So at the moment, you can't enter stealth for her. You failed already twice.
Okay. So then I guess not.
But should she enter a moment of distraction, true
Okay.
distraction, you can try again. Fair?
Yes. Is there something I can do? Because my
8.
stealth rolls are so shit.
It's not that your stealth rolls are shit.
They are. Her awareness is so good, so it's so.
That's true.
Maybe I should.
We all
save
have
my
our
votes.
nemesis.
8.
8.
Nice.
She starts to cry into the creek.
You wouldn't have lasted 40 seconds.
Sorry, I need a few moments to just catch my breath.
Next, you'll be telling me that this never happens to you.
Yes, no, my stamina is usually a lot better, my lady, and it's a lot better in the bedroom, I assure you.
Why do I not believe you?
Pellio, give it up.
There's- do you have any water? And I start.
She lowers one of her diclaves and lets this hot, heavy metal rest on your shoulder for a moment. Not enough to, seriously hurt you, but enough that you can feel the flame on it.
Oh, yes.
I need more tea.
Right.
Do you still need water?
Well,
Do you still intend to distract me? Do you still intend to delay?
no, I'm not looking to delay anyone.
Excellent. The tree, Pellio.
Of course. Let me. Right.
She seems pretty distracted now.
All right, I'll try one more time.
John,
You.
as we were moving, I would like to cut my arm to let some blood out that I may create the Forsaken across my chest, so that Howe and I look similar. Yeah, he still has that, right? I still have that. We
sure
haven't
you
gotten
wanna
new
do
clothes
that?
yet. Yes, I want us to look similar. That's all. I'm just, as we're moving
I
towards these
like
guys.
this. I like this.
Okay.
All right. River Jade?
Yeah, River Jade's just like, man, I want a blood sash. no. Okay, so can we see them yet?
You can
said-
you can't actually see Nyx, but you can still see Pellio, who's doing his very acting best.
Okay.
And a
truly
very
incredible.
frustrated looking woman who has 2 very nasty looking but beautiful swords.
Okay.
I mean, you're a weaponsmith yourself. There's
Yep.
something to be appreciated about these red jade diclaves that she's holding.
Okay. Cool.
While you're thinking,
Yep. Thank you.
Nyx,
8 successes.
that's much better.
Thank Lord.
Thank the little baby Jesus.
Want to see how this goes?
I can't
Don't roll
relate.
mine
Oh,
again.
that's not a thing.
Please don't roll mine again. I'm begging you.
Only 3. So you have successfully entered stealth. If you want to sneak up behind her and hold her at bay, then you can attempt to do so.
Cool.
Badass.
Well, we'll see.
Has it been long enough that I've regained any motes?
Oh, yeah.
Can I regain both of them? Or one of them, at least?
If you still have your hammer in elsewhere, you
It's in
can't
elsewhere.
regain that.
Right. But the one from last
Yes, you can.
session. Cool. I'm gonna, I would like to remove my hammer from elsewhere, summon it.
Yeah, sure, go nuts.
Cool. That doesn't cost anything. Boop. 'Cause it's already done. Cool. It's in my hand.
In my hand.
Oh, can I profile her while I'm sneaking up on her?
No. This is a far more distracting situation than normal, so no.
I have another question.
Yes.
Am I in close enough distance to use War Lion stance on Nyx?
No, you're not close enough for that yet.
Thanks, friend.
You also can't use it on Nyx if you don't know where she is.
Oh, fuck.
Secret.
No, Pellio on the other. Oh,
Like you
never mind,
can't
sorry.
you can't be like, I'll save you.
Where are you?
No.
Okay. All right. But she's
Over
she's
here.
in stealth, so cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Guess I could maybe use it on Pellio.
Ugh.
Maybe.
So, if you are holding someone at bay,
Yeah, let's think this through quite clearly before you do it, Nyx.
You get some turns of control.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
Sure, if your dice behave themselves.
Don't need to rotate.
let's see. We can just pull this up here.
Definitely not.
Where is it? Come on.
I was thinking.
There it is. Hold a bay.
I'll go this way.
So,
You go that way.
if you succeed at an ambush without
How and I
attacking,
will distract
you can
her from
instead
the front if she-
choose to hold the target hostage for a number of rounds. The target knows that they'll suffer a deadly attack if they move.
Ooh.
So, let's see if you succeed in your ambush, if that's indeed what you're going to try to do.
That's what I'm gonna try to do.
Willpower.
All right.
You mean,
Spend a point?
yes.
Got it. Right.
So,
May not be needed.
it's.
I think you'll let me in.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah.
She seems pretty scary. That's all.
She's
Pellio?
cinching Pellio's shoulders with her
Yeah.
hot
True.
sword.
Still?
It's just been like 30 minutes. You're like, oh. No.
It's starting to now. hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Which means that you're going to roll we're going to roll join battle.
Okay.
And if your initiative is higher than hers, then you may ambush.
We're not all rolling join battle, though.
Well,
Eventually, we will be.
we may eventually, but that's the option that I grant you. Do you wish to take it?
The only thing is I have a perk to my form.
Yes.
That is, any enemy that rolls join battle in response to my actions must roll with a weakened dice pool, and I want to use that.
Yeah.
So that won't work in this case if we're
Why
both
not?
rolling for join battle,
Why wouldn't it?
because she's rolling but she doesn't see me. So.
It's in response to your action.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes.
Cool. So she has to roll perception and the lower of awareness or socialize.
Thing is, she's currently
That's good.
she's currently on the lookout for attacks, so technically you can't ambush her because she knows that you're around. I'm giving you the chance at this point because he basically rolled like a hojillion number of successes.
Did.
And she's
Did.
incredibly pissed off at
His
him.
histrionics are like
So we're
Fair,
the wall.
fair.
the way that we're doing this is that an ambush means that she doesn't know that you're there at all.
Okay.
In this particular case, though, because you're initiating combat, you can use this charm against her.
Cool.
But I am giving her the chance to roll higher initiative than you.
Yeah.
Therein lies
can
our.
she still do the perception and the lower between awareness or socialize?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So whatever is less
Between awareness and socialize?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh God,
So
are they
roll your
even?
initiative.
I want to
even?
do blinding
Oh,
battle
yeah.
feats.
They're probably even.
What?
Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Just roll it.
Yep. Sorry.
Dex stealth.
So this is your joined battle. This is my joined battle, and remember that initiative is what's going to determine when we get to hurt each other. You ready?
Oh, but you don't glow, because...
Well, sorry. These are from other.
Got it.
Seven.
Is that
Oh no,
including
wait.
your
It's
plus
it's plus 2,
3?
3, 10.
Excellent. Your initiative is 10 and hers is 4. Which means that we're not actually going to enter combat just yet because you're holding her at bay.
Killing it.
So,
Probably quite literally.
this is what's going to happen. You have 3 rounds. If she struggles, tries to escape before they're finished, you can make an immediate decisive ambush attack against her, and her defense is set to 0, and the attack gets +5 automatic damage. Okay. If you choose to attack before the rounds are up, she can defend normally. And if she chooses to cooperate, your resolve and guile are a +1, and hers are -2 until the specified numbers of rounds have passed. A round in this particular case, though, I will let you know as the rounds count down. Yes.
Does that apply to my combat actions too?
If she's attacked. So
She's attacked by anyone.
if she's essentially attacked by anybody, then she can
Right.
defend.
Okay.
This is essentially like this is so that you can have that cool moment where you've got somebody and they're like, but it's an abstraction. Otherwise, it would be way too unfair.
Yeah.
So, describe how you scuttle out of the shadows.
So
Because I
scuttle,
know that you've
trip,
been waiting
fall
for
on my
this.
face.
Wait.
Oh my god.
So I'm leaving the canvas bag in the alleyway. First of all,
Oh my god.
too important. And I want to just like put up my cowl and like walk up with my ring, and just as she's like rolling her eyes at Pellio or doing something yeah.
I'm sorry. She's just up by this tree.
I've had enough of your apology.
Don't say a word. Drop them.
Okay, so this is a threat.
Yes.
Roll me.
It is.
Remember that she's at -2 on her resolve, and you're at, well, +1 on your resolve and your guile, which doesn't really matter for this. So this is going to be a manipulation and manipulation martial arts roll.
As this is happening, I unsheath slash dance.
All right.
I just unsheath it and I just hold it.
Okay.
Do I know what her resolve is?
At the moment, it's 1.
That is 2 successes.
She doesn't drop them, but she does lower herself down and places them on the ground. Like, not so much that she escapes your, like, you're still holding onto her, but she lowers her arms down and then places them so that she lets them go on the ground.
John,
Yes. You can approach at this point, both of you.
can I pick up one of them?
Well, if you approach,
Yeah.
then you can start moving towards picking them up, sure.
Cool.
I
That's what I'm doing. Slowly.
I kick them out of the way.
Okay.
So she, as you start moving forward and starts putting, there's this genuine, like, I was told I couldn't speak, but she's definitely stiffens a little bit as you start approaching them. So you can choose whether you want to try to touch them or not. They are still licking with flame.
Well, I mean, I use I use the cudgel that I'm carrying to just bat
Cool.
them out of the way.
Absolutely. You bat them out of the way, and the mighty weapon known as Sunbreaker goes up in smoke.
Whoops.
It just
Well,
gone.
there goes that.
No, not enough to hurt. Like, you're not even singed, but like, it's gone.
And the sword is still there.
No, they get knocked away.
Okay.
So they get pushed away, which means that they're further away, so that you could potentially go and pick them up. You did just see what happened to Sunbreaker.
Yeah, I'm
though.
not gonna pick them up.
Do you have gloves?
No.
It's one round down.
And that means we regain.
You're not in combat.
I rolled join battle.
You're not in combat.
Sorry, dude.
Couldn't have just enjoyed a lovely day of shopping in the port, could we?
You told her not to speak, so
Speak, what are you doing here?
I was flirting with him until you showed up.
They flirt differently up here, I guess.
I'm not from here.
Where are you from? Answer me.
Where you're from.
You were a visitor there when we last saw each other. Did you settle down with your 2 kids? It's hard to keep track. You were throwing them all over the place.
You know, honestly, I think that's as good a place to end the session there.
Do you surprise her with one of her own children?
Eat that baby!
Oh God.
So, folks,
I emerged
here's
from
what's going to
time to
happen.
that, I'm
The
like-
first thing I'm going to ask before the after party begins is count the motes you have spent,
Yep.
personal and peripheral, and mark them down. Include your willpower. The next thing I'm going to do is say that you're goddamn lucky Pellio is the greatest actor of all time.
Right?
My God, he's the greatest actor of all time.
My God. It's an interesting moment, I think, that we're in here. So I'm looking forward to picking it up. It'll be great when I'm like 3 weeks later and you're like, but what?
3 solars and a dude. You're like, what happened?
Oh yeah, 5 paths you exalt. Just
It just kind of fades away. It's a little sad.
you call upon all the might of the solar, and it didn't. Oh.
I swear.
Yeah. So we're getting a decision point coming in from the audience. They're going to decide what their favorite moment is. I can tell you that I saw a couple of excellent examples. Pellio, you actually made it possible for Nyx to be a night cast this time around by distracting our good friend.
My stealth
Lady
failed.
Rain.
Your acting was there.
But it meant that you could get to the point where you got to sneak up behind her. So like that's an excellent point there. I honestly kind of really enjoyed that once again all of you just arguing about what the hell you were gonna do with this guy. But you guys let them go off, even though I think rationally the two of you knew that this was a bad idea to let the gruesome twosome
I tried to send her along, man. I
Walk
really
away.
did. I was like, oh, it's fine.
So that's actually going to be 5 normal experience and 2 solar experience for all of you this session. None of you hit any achievements. I'm going to have to add some more so that we can see some of those actually come up. But you didn't hit any special achievements this session. You came very close to one of them.
Oh, I can't wait.
If only I had had a PC cried, that would have been perfect. But, you know.
Oh, like actual from the player character, like
No, for the player character, that wasn't an achievement. I realized if I had put one in, you would have earned it.
Right. I thought you were actually asking for.
But he cried
I could have
49
fucking done
tears.
that.
Oh, please. Twitch is full of examples of, at least I've rolled tears in the middle of a session.
And impact us it did. I assume you mean in sessions with us and not just like at home on your own.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
launch OBS. I'm like, hi Twitch. I'm just gonna have a sad now in front of all.
Oh God. Oh no.
No.
You know, that's a way that we can do it. Let's find out what you learned today. So we'll actually start. We're gonna start on the evil side. No, I can't call them the evil
The dark
side.
side?
But before we actually do that, before we get a chance to have the vote, we're going to make sure that decision gets put in by control. So we'll actually just start with you then. Go ahead.
So Nyx learned once again that no, never mind. So she learned that there's this character from her past that she'd really rather not see. She was so excited to leave all of that behind, and then here is a tie to it. And who fucked it all up? Pellio. No, he was great.
Sort of like breaking up with somebody and realizing they ride the same bus as you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And you're just like, please don't. Like, I just, every time, like,
Guess I'm going to work early
my
now.
first girlfriend, when she broke up with me, I was just like, oh, but like, that's the bus I used to take home. And I would live in fear that, I mean,
of course that you'd be on the same. Yeah.
like, let's be fair though, I was also like 20 and kind of a dork, but whatever.
Pellio has learned that he's like this close to proposing that Nyx and he bail on the other two, and just like,
for sure.
just told like, because why? Just why? Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't.
You're about to find out why.
Okay.
But like that's a good point. Just before we get to the two of you, we've got a poll that we're going to send out there. It's time for your decision point. Pellio cries a river for a river.
Perfect.
Lady Rain pokes Pellio in response to his undressing her, and Nyx casts shade, dimming the flame of Lady Rain.
These are so beautifully written.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have guesses as to who may have come up with some of this wording. Scott?
I learned that Five Paths really wants to find, really would like to find someone who's like, dude, it's okay. Being a Solar Exalted is okay. Like, you can do things with
Oh,
this.
Five Paths needs a friend.
I have a friend.
Like some kind
Five
of
Paths
good
needs an
role
effective
model.
friend.
That's
Hey.
just kidding.
You need a mentor.
Jess?
I have
Oh
one.
man.
Oh.
So I think River Jade learned that acting perhaps isn't as terrible as she thought it was.
Ta-da!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's huge. Wow.
It kind of is.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So she's very
Let's
torn
wait till
right
it gets us all
now
in trouble.
Yeah.
on,
You can
on,
stay.
on this gentleman. She's very
See how it
torn.
is.
Wait, she hates him, but she loves his acting?
There's a bit of that.
Okay.
She doesn't hate him, but she definitely doesn't approve of anything he does except the acting.
I'm okay with this.
Like, she's like, okay, maybe see how you could be a good actor and that could be useful. It's also probably the first legitimate acting she's ever seen in her
That's
life, because let's
fair.
face it, she's never been to the theater.
No, for sure.
So,
The theater!
Neither have I.
yeah.
John, what did you learn?
About us?
I don't have to prove myself.
Oh.
What did I learn?
You're not earning experience for it.
I learned that, first of all, I learned that it turns out that, you know, sometimes the acting that comes up is, you know, in the first couple of sessions, not as effective. This session, like, incredibly effective, which I think is a really good thing to see. The other thing is that I've learned that you guys definitely are in a position where you're going to have to start to act together, and that's because I know what's just about to happen. But the other thing I know that's about to happen is our decision point is going to close right here. And it turns out that today our decision point is Nyx casts Shade, dimming the flame of Lady Rain.
Yes.
Sweet.
It was a really incredibly well-timed
Yeah, that
and
was
delivered
great.
quip, I have to say.
Thank you. I get one every 6 months or so.
Yeah, whatever. You get what you get. The other thing that I know is that we have more play. We get to do this all over again next week, which is great.
Yay.
I can also tell you that tomorrow there's even more streams here on Beanduck. You guys want to let them know?
Yeah, we have friend request at 6. And then there is Depth of Field at 9. Yay.
Followed up by Cosplay Cave on Wednesday evening.
6:30.
6:30, yeah.
I'm pretty lucky. I get to be here with you fine folk. I get to be there with you fine folk. But I also have to hurt you next week.
Oh.
We'll see how that goes.
Okay, guys, on 3.
Yeah.
Leave Pellio. 1, 2.
Listen, Pellio is.
No, his acting proved useful.
Yeah.
Okay,
fight for
leave
him
5
now.
paths. 1, 2. I'm just kidding.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. What
Thank
a
you.
what a
Thank you.
game. Good.
We'll
stuff.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.